Welcome to another live stream. The What If Tournament, Round 3. Now, I hope y'all are excited for Round 3, and I know you're gonna have questions just based on one of these. Like, what if female Deku was Charlotte, Charlotte Linlin, which I'm just gonna call Big Mom, is a simple one. But y'all probably have question, what if Fred was an MLP? Owen, hello. And for y'all that don't know, I'm going to inform you about something. Another live stream series I am doing is playing the Sonic games. And maybe I will replay the games again and record and post a video about them. After I play all the games in live stream though. Because I'm playing Sonic Origins right now, starting from the very beginning. Going down the list. Next I play Sonic CD, which I believe is the one where Metal Sonic is first introduced. Death has come. Yeah. So, for this round, we have what if female Deku was Big Mom, or Charlotte Linlin, which is Big Mom essentially, versus what if Fred was an MLP. And now I know most of you are going to have questions about this one. Who's Fred? Like, I've never heard of a what if like this. You think you know who's going to win? If it's a game, I'm going to wait. Because I plan to beat all the games without knowing knowledge, just playing it for the first time. So, if Sonic Battles is a game, I'll eventually get to the game. Because I'm playing all the Sonic games currently on live stream, so I'm going to be working on the Sonic games on live stream, so hopefully I'll eventually get there. The Eggman series is halted for a moment. And basically, Fred was, if y'all don't know, he's in the chat right now, was a character me and Freddy made. He was a character that was supposed to help Izuku in some of my stories, just a made-up character, a side character in most of them. Until we made him OP, and he had a bunch of abilities, and he was pretty much unkillable. So, yeah. It's now turned into the first What If Fred series. So, hopefully y'all like this, because it's going to be the first of its kind, guarantee it. You bet Big Mom's going to win. Alright. Just letting you know, we have someone that can hypnotize Discord. So, you may have to account for Discord in the fight. Just to let y'all know. Because, we got... Yes, it's a game, it's also the only game with Emerald in it, but if you need to know some about Emerald, he's in Sonic X, the show, yeah. I plan to finish watching Sonic X. I'm actually watching it currently, so I'll get to him eventually. Guarantee it. You bet on yourself, Freddy. I don't doubt it. Now, again, I worked on thumbnails for each individual what if, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get through both stories like last one. This time, I'm starting at a very later time, so I've been enjoying your what ifs. Deku was Gekomoria. Yes, I've enjoyed doing that one too. I enjoy the Gekomoria what if. I like to just try to do my Gekomoria voice. She. Let's get to work on those zombies now. Dr. Hanaku, we need as many as possible. I like to try to do Gekomoria. He was the orange robot robot that Cream and Cheese defeated. Okay. Don't worry, I will get to him. I don't know if I'm going to add him into the next part, because no, I should do that because I'm going to add Omega, so I need to have Emerald first. Tough choices. Now, I'm going to go over the tournament. So, again, we got what if Surge versus what if, well, Deku had the Shingon Wu in round 1, part 2. Now, that one's going to be interesting because, again, I set up the like a lot system for the Shingon Wu because it's random of what Shingon Wu they use all the time. So it's really going to depend. You also have to take into account for Surge and Kitsuname, because allies that haven't added to the series most likely will join in the fights. I'm not sure if Jack Cypher will be helping you in this what if. But for the most part, it's going to be Surge versus Deku of the Shingon Wu. And what makes this an actually even fight for both of Big Mom and What If Fred? Because technically, I'm just going to say this, Discord will be with Fred in this, which is going to give away some things in the story, but still. And Big Mom has Napoleon, Prometheus, and Zeus. I always get Prometheus messed up for something. But now I both enjoyed coming up with the ideas for this one. Big Mom is essentially going to be a good guy in this one, so this is going to be very interesting. And I originally had planned for a different ending for the series, I'm going to say that now. But I couldn't make the thumbnail for it, so I scrapped the ending and went for a different one. Okay, okay, we have someone that doesn't like Gecko Moria. I just find him as that one comedic villain that, although he gets defeated, he's just like a funny villain in my book. Although, I gotta say, tomorrow, I plan to play another Sonic game, Sonic CD. So if y'all want to join me for that live stream, please do enjoy. Remember to bring some snacks and some chips, maybe some drinks. I've got drinks here with me. Emerald was a robot found by Dr. Eggman's grandfather, and he's technically an alien robot. Again, I'm going to save the lore stuff for when I get into the games, because I'm getting into the games. So if I have to put the Dr. Eggman, what if Deku's Dr. Eggman on hold for a time, I will. And we have another fan. No, I don't want to spoil some things I got planned. Can you make my character a secret fighter from What If Deku Was Gecko Moria? Your character is already a secret, powerful zombie. I just haven't shown your abilities yet. Also, I do have to address this question that was asked to me today for the this other What If Ruby series. They want me to be more descriptive, which I can understand. More descriptive probably on the outfit, on the ship, and more about the characters, I guess. I'm going to be more descriptive in that series, so if there's going to be a little bit of monologuing of describing stuff, I do apologize. Some of y'all want to know about the stuff. Hey, no spoilers, no spoilers. I'm going to play the games. I don't want any spoilers. It was Prometheus. Oh, thank you. Pedro, I'm just calling you, what is that? I hope I'm saying that right. And Zeus. I'm sure I'm liking this live so much, and I've got to agree, Gecko Moria is that comedy character that picks the wrong fight in the past. Most definitely. So, Dragon, when I eventually get to Sonic Battles, which I'm going to try to follow the release of games, but if I don't, which I probably won't, once I get there, if you're probably going to enjoy that live stream. If not, I will save to the part where I get to Emerald for later. No, not that game of Sonic. I got plenty of Sonic games to go through. So right now I'm playing Sonic Origins to get you all filled in. I played Sonic the Hedgehog, the very first one. I'm going to play through Sonic Origins first. Game Sonic Unleashed. Noted. Like, I've set myself to play, like, planning to play, like, all these Sonic games. It's gonna take time, bear in mind there's so many out there. And, like I said, I like the thumbnail for that last live stream I made. I had a good time. But anyway, let's show you the first thumbnail, which is just that, essentially. We're going for the Big Mom one first, because this is going to be the easier one. It has way less thumbnails than the other one. Because, honestly, again, I'll ask you, do you want me to show you the Big Mom thumbnails and then start the story? Or do you want to wait and just see it part by part? I'm going to let y'all, the chat, make a decision on that. So, y'all make a decision on if you want to see the thumbnails for the series first, or would you like to just get on into it, go through part 1, part 2, part 3, you know. Also, I will say, if for some reason the What If tournament round does get delayed, it means I do not have the energy to do the What If live stream for now, so it will be rescheduled. I will say that. But for the most part, I'm trying to keep this a weekly thing. Alright, any questions before I get into this? Because we do have a lot of parts to get into today. It's gonna be like the Digimon What If story that I did for the last one. And the Shingon Wu, which I actually enjoyed the Shingon Wu. Brought back a lot of good memories. Did the chat get silent just so trying to tell me to start? I am going to... There goes one of the waters. Do you have a pirate ship name for the What If Green Kenobi was teleported into One Piece? Let me answer these real quick before I start this part. I do appreciate the countdown, Dragon. I was thinking of... What was it? I had a good name. The Kenobi Generals. That's what it was. The Kenobi Generals. As in being like the... For like the Kenobi General Pirates was basically to ensure like a system based on terms of people. Each person will be basically listed as a type of general in a way for the pirates. And your rank is going to be like by number. So, I do see your hello there. Now, let me read this other one before getting started. Such interesting options. I'm surely would like to see the thumbnails, but I'm interested by the story you plan. All right, then you'll want me to do the story first. All right. Okay. You know, since Dragon already did me a kindness of doing the countdown, I'm going to start right away. What if female Deku was Charlotte Linlin, also known as Big Mom? We start this what if off when Big Mom is falling into the pits of the earth, essentially, to where she had, well, died. Her Haki had vanished from the world, as well as her soul. But because she ate the soul devil fruit, she was given the one thing, because she had managed to awaken this devil fruit upon her death, allowing her soul to transfer to another. But her soul got transferred not to the same dimension, but to a different one, into a small child with green hair, also known as Izumi. As she was born, and of course, Inko Midoriya in this what if is actually really rich. She runs a whole-on company or two, and it's actually a food company. She delivers the sweets throughout Japan and is one of the most brilliant businesswomen in Japan. The Midoriya Sweet Business is what it's called. As Izumi would grow up, of course, still having the mindset of Big Mom, as she retains most of her memories from her previous life. But growing up with Inko Midoriya, a kind mother, Big Mom admired Inko Midoriya, as she would treat her with kindness, the same kindness as Mother Teresa had treated her. Now, of course, she would go to the Quark Doctor, and they would say, she's quarkless, same as in canon. She still has the Devil Fruit power of the Soul Fruit. As Big Mom would know that she still had the powers of the Soul Fruit. As she would, essentially one day, go to the fireplace and make Prometheus. Oh, it was Mother Camilla. Sorry, not Mother Teresa, Mother Camilla. As she had grabbed the fire and basically made Prometheus. Hey, Mama. It's been a while. Ah, Prometheus. It's been a while. But do tell me, what do you think of this place? As he looks around. I don't know, Mama. But why are you like this? Apparently I've gotten reincarnated. So what's the plan? Are we going to ravage the town? Loot for more candy, food? Possibly burn some villages? For now, no. I'm simply just going to live here with my mother, Inko Midoriya. I'm now Izumi Midoriya. But Mama, what about the search for the One Piece? We are not in my dimension by the seemings of it. There's no Marines at all. No Marines? Yes. Then what are we going to do, Mama? For now, I'll figure out what else to do. I'll see how long it takes. Maybe this world has some treasures I can gather. But for now, as then a bell rings. Izumi, dinner time. Ooh, dinner time. Hide, Prometheus. As Prometheus would go back into the fireplace. As Big Mom would run towards the table. You hear? As Izumi responds, Yes, Mother, I just arrived. As she would sit down. I got your favorite, as it would just be some pastries and some good old steak, some regular fancy dinner. As of course, Big Mom would love it, as she's eating it really well. So, Mom, how was work today? It was quite busy actually. We had a tall amount of orders for across the sea, and also with the current boats being attacked by, villains on sea. The heroes are doing their best to try to resolve the matter, but it has cut profit in half quite a bit. Really? I'm sorry to see this, as we get a little bit preview of what she's thinking in her mind. Who dares to mess with Mama's business? As she would still act like the same old innocent Izumi. Now, dear, I'm going to have to leave for a couple days, so the butler will definitely take care of you. It's just a little bit of a business trip. Alright, Mother. Please be careful. And will there be plenty of sweets? Why, of course. I have riddled the fridge with plenty of sweets for you, as well as other food. And if not, the butler can surely get some more. Isn't that right? Vander? As the butler named Vander comes out. Of course, ma'am. Is this an old butler with a gray beard and a gray mustache and gray hair? I can surely get the food that Miss Izumi needs, especially if it costs a bit of a price. Good. Now, why don't you go to bed? It's about your bedtime, Izumi. Yes, Mother. As she would go up and head to her room. She sure is mature for her age, as Izumi's like 6. She is, ma'am, but sometimes there are phases in their life where children can be more mature. After all, you were quite mature when you were younger growing up, ma'am. Thank you, Vander, for the compliment. Again, are you going to tell her about her father? No. It's not the time to mention anything about him. Especially after the last conversation I had with him. You can't just hide this forever. You know very well that she will eventually find out who her father is. Yes, I'm aware. But just take care of her while I'm on this business trip. Of course, ma'am. I won't let a single hair on her head be harmed. After all, as he turns a little bit of a thing around on his outfit, I did used to be part of the Special Forces. Then I trust you to take care of her while I'm gone. Of course. As Inka would leave. As we go back to Izumi, who had just gone into her room. As she would go to the fireplace. As Prometheus would come out. So, Mama, what's the plan? Well, apparently someone's been stopping my mother's business, and I can't have that. But I need a way to travel around. Use me, Mama. I can simply just travel around. As much as that would be a good idea, I'm going to need Zeus. Why him, Mama? He betrayed us so many times. Yes, but unfortunately, Zeus is part of my soul, and I definitely need to recreate him. Especially, he won't betray me again. As her eyes seemingly light like a fire, or he will know the consequences. As Prometheus smiles, of course, Mama. As, well, it happens to be doing a light thunderstorm, as she would ride on Prometheus up into the clouds. As she would grab the clouds, and basically grabs her soul and infuses it with the cloud, making Zeus. As Zeus would turn around, Mama? Hello, Zeus. You're still not mad at me, right? No, I'm not mad. Although, you do that again, I will surely punish you even worse than last time. Yes, Mama, as Zeus looks away. Now I have a task for you two. As, well, Prometheus would take Izumi back to her room. I need you to, take care of some nuisances that's happening to my mama's company. Destroy them and don't leave a single one of them left alive. Do I make myself clear? Yes, Mama. Of course, Mama. Now get going. As they would basically fly out the window towards their destination. As then she would hear a knock at the door. Young miss, are you in there? As Izumi would get in bed. Yes? As the butler would enter. Came to check on you, ma'am. After all. So, why do you need to check on me? Your mother is going to be leaving for a few days, as she had told you. Now, of course, I will be supplying you with a lot of food. And of course, all that. You do have quite the sweet tooth, as he then secretly gives out a piece of candy towards Izumi. Don't tell your mother. You're not supposed to have candy after bed. As a big mom, Izumi would grab the candy and eat it. Thank you, Vander. Why, of course. After all, I've been taking care of you and your mother since she was a child. Well, I do appreciate that. But you had to come in here for something else, right? Of course, of course. Your mother won't be back for quite some time, so I thought I might take you somewhere special. After all, there are going to be quite a few things happening lately. Like, I was thinking maybe I could give you a tour of UA. No, no, no. There's no need. After all, I'll just go there when I'm older to see what all the fuss is about that. I hear Mom and a lot of other people talking about it. Like, praising it even. Yes, it is the #1 hero school here in Japan. Although they are also one of our most profitable business partners, bear in mind. They are? Yes. A little trade secret your mother that I know from your mother. Nezu has quite a soft spot for tea. So we have a lot of our tea sent over to, UA. Well, tea is delicious. Yes, as he pours a cup, would you like some? Yes, please, as she would take the cup before drinking it. Now, could you tell me anything else about the heroes? Well, a lot of them have their own moral codes, essentially. They also do protect the safety, and all that, but some have their own agendas. I personally don't trust Endeavor, the second #1 hero currently. His agenda seems to be all over the place. All Might is a very good fellow, I have to say. There's not a seemingly evil or remotely untrusting quality about the man. The other heroes goes as said. Well, thank you for informing me. Oh, and one more thing before I leave. When you get up in the morning, there may or may not be a lot of sweets waiting for you at the table. Thank you, Vander. Why, of course, as he would smile before thumbs upping before leaving the room and closing the door. As we go to Prometheus and Zeus. Remember, Zeus, I still have not forgiven you for betraying Mama. Yeesh, Prometheus. At least I'm just trying to do something here to help Mama. You better not betray us again, or I'll make sure I devour you. Of course, of course. Now, just make sure that you get this done correctly. I'll be observing. As they're approaching above the water, they had gone for miles, and they've reached where they were basically following one of the ships that was sending the supplies to America. As they would see some boats heading towards it. Hey, there they are, Zeus. Go get them. As they were like little pirate boats where some villains were just to steal the shipment. As Zeus would seemingly become a lightning cloud before zapping lightning, hitting all the boats but missing, well, the vessel that was carrying all the food supplies towards America. As Prometheus is watching, so you can be useful for something. As the lightning strike would hit another one of those small boats, seemingly blowing it up. As this is confusing a lot of the staff on board. And there was a few heroes because Izumi or Inko did hire a few heroes to accompany to try to settle this problem. As they were confused, as it seemingly wandered into a lightning storm. That's what they're guessing. So, Zeus had finished basically zapping the rest of the boats. There, are you happy, Prometheus? Very. Although I would love to burn some up. Roast them, would say. But we should get back to Mama. Yes. Now come on. As they would, go back to Mama. As the next morning, as Izumi gets up, as she would get up, ready to go downstairs, as Prometheus and Zeus had flown back in, all tired. Hey, Mama, do you mind if we sleep? It's, as Prometheus yawns, we were out there all night. Sure thing, Prometheus and Zeus. Take a quick nap. I'm going to enjoy some breakfast. As she would go downstairs. And Vander was sitting there waiting with some food. Again, thank you, Vander. No problem, miss. I made sure to prepare it for you, as usual. I even added a little bit more to your meal this time, just while your mother's not around. Thank you. As she would enjoy the meal, like, she would very much enjoy the meal. As the years would go by, as of course she also added Napoleon the hat, as she would basically become the heir to the company and all that, essentially, as Inko Midoriya had a lot of business trips. Now, Charlotte Linlin Deku is still wondering what's the big fuss about UA, so she plans to go there. As she's currently, well, at the entrance. Or sorry, in a van at the entrance. Alright, miss, you have a nice day taking the entrance exam. I'll be waiting for you, and you should be done by at least, say 6 o'clock. I will wait here until then. Again, if you need to, I will call your mother. But I do feel sorry that she could not make it for this day. I understand, after all, mother cannot always make it to these sorts of events with all of her business meetings. Very smart. Now, I'm going to have to stop by the store to pick some things up. Would you like anything while I'm gone and you're taking the exam, Izumi? If you could get some of those delicious honey buns, please. Very well, I'll pick some up while I'm out. As Big Mom would get out of the car and be in front of UA. And that is the end of What If Female Deku Was Charlotte Linlin, Big Mom, Part 1. Okay, that's Part 1. We got some we got some questions in the chat. Let me read it. Oh yeah, she's gonna be throwing Zeus into submission a bit later. I just remembered something. How many kids will Big Mom have in this universe? I don't think I'm doing that. I'm getting the audio some cut off. Yeah. What's up, King? Is anyone getting audio cut off? I'm getting it bad. Sometimes connection can get bad depending where you are. I really hope that nothing is, Question, is it just Dragon, or can y'all hear me clearly? Did someone say Hashirama? Okay, can someone tell me if you're getting the audio alright? Because I don't want to have this, listen to this later just to find something else wrong with the audio. Okay, it might just be your connection. Oh, well, welcome, Uchiha. Okay, King, good to hear that you're on the live stream. Again, this is part 1. Shall we get to part 2 here in a moment? Of course, again, I do recommend grabbing some drinks. This is going to be a pretty long live stream. I don't know why it catches me opening a can so well here on the audio. Okay, so this is thumbnail 2. I thought I would add something else into this thumbnail, but I end up not adding anything else to it. Yeah, that might be what you need to do, Dragon. Now, I think I had listed this to be a 4-part series by the look of it. So, hey. What soda do you have? Just some Pepsi. Alright. Any questions before I move on to part 2? Also, what do you think about, what do y'all think about me playing the Sonic games? Because I know I mentioned this earlier. Some of you giving a response. Like, is it a good idea for me playing the Sonic games? I just want to do it because it makes me feel like a kid again. I played Sonic the Hedgehog on last live stream and I enjoyed it. It is okay. Okay. Now I want to say, you know what? I didn't really get all this, but what's your favorite Sonic character? Because I know a lot of y'all that are on this live stream didn't get it. So, what seemingly is your favorite Sonic character? Because I know I said that on my last live stream, which I know most of y'all were on here. I think Logan and Freddy and Brocco Miller were the only ones that really showed up on that live stream. But I really didn't get an answer for y'all, so I'm going to tell you now. What's your favorite Sonic character? Put it in the chat. I'll say what your Sonic character is, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, for Uchiha we have Shadow. Honestly, Shadow's a really good character. King Gamer, yeah, I know you're in the chat. Okay, we got Tails. Tails is the smart character of the group. Like, I'm not gonna get onto the point of that because I'm gonna be on it for hours if I talk about the comparison between Tails and Dr. Eggman. So, okay, any more before I? Oh, we got Knuckles. And hello. If I remember, I think yours was Cream, Freddy. I have a question. How many kids will Big Mom have in this world? Like, are you saying, like, her having more kids in this world, or will any of the kids from the other world come over? Eggman 5, 4 Sonic, 3 Emerald, 2 Shadow, and 1 E123 Omega. Okay, that's the list of your top 5. Alright. Now, I don't think I'm gonna have any kids, or having any kids in this series. You really want me to talk about that other Ruby idea that someone voted for? I think Logan sent that other one in. Because I do have a what if planned for probably next year that involves a what if in the Sonic universe. So, oh, from One Piece, like them in this world. I must say none. Like, the only way Big Mom got here was by her, well, devil fruit. So I'm just using the logic of the dimensional travel. Only her devil fruit was able to send her here. Unless Big Mom has a devil fruit user that can travel through dimensions, not to my knowledge. So I'm gonna say none. And we know Big Mom is the powerhouse. She was pretty much unkillable. Like, I think the only people that could take her out was Shanks, Luffy, Kaido, maybe Blackbeard. I'm not saying Dragon because I have not seen any feats from Dragon. Okay. Any more questions before we move on to part 2 of What If Deku Was Charlotte Linlin? Part 2. Oh, I forgot about Rox. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot about him for a second. I would say Rox is stronger than Big Mom, as she was on a crew with Rox, and they admit Rox was the strongest amongst them. So I would say, yeah, Rox too. Alright. Is that the last question before we move on to part 2? Oh, maybe her old captain and but maybe Whitebeard could take Big Mom down. I agree, Whitebeard could take Big Mom down. I didn't count Whitebeard, did I? Probably because I was thinking after time skip. So, Oh, I'm also gonna ask you this. Out after I finish Sonic Origins, should I play Sonic 4? Sonic the Hedgehog 4 first, which I might end up doing that. And I'm gonna go through several of the Sonic games. But which one do you think I'm gonna struggle at the most? Put your opinion in the chat, and after this next part, I will read it and find out which one you think I'm gonna struggle on the most. Yeah, I said Blackbeard. I said Blackbeard has a chance. The only thing I didn't really account for, because I don't think he can nullify Prometheus or Zeus or Pinolian. Anyway, I need to get back onto this before I forget my... Alright. 3, 2, 1. What if female Deku was Big Mom, also known as Charlotte Linlin? Part 2. The entrance exam. As Big Mom walks in, of course, she's not going to take any regular entrance exam. She's rich. She's taking the recommendation exam. Now, for Quark listed, she did tell her mother about Prometheus, Zeus, and Napoleon. Because Big Mom likes her mother is Inko, because Inko is an amazing character in My Hero Universe. And so on. As she walks to the recommendation exam, and of course she sits down and waits with the other students. As she ends up talking to Momo Ryozu. As Momo comes over, excuse me, this is the recommendation exam, right? As Big Mom looks over, why yes it is. This is the recommendation exam I just got here a few moments ago. Now we see what she thinks about the UA so far within her head. This is UA. It doesn't seem like anything special so far. I could demolish this place if I wanted to, but then again, this is one of my mother's precious business partners, so I better not cause any trouble. As she would seemingly sit there calmingly, as, well, Midnight, which I believe was the person running the recommendation exam, that or Aizawa, would go over and go through the recommendation rules. I believe they had a 100-meter dash for the most part. As Big Mom would ride on Zeus, and Zeus would go at very high speeds. As she would basically clear first place on that little test there alone. And of course the other tests went the same as usual, as she had basically aced the exam, the recommendation exam, earning her spot in the top. Of course the same thing happens with Todoroki and the person with the air quirk, I never remember his name, but you know, he just goes to Shigetsu. And Big Mom pretty much just makes her way outside. Now, Aizawa or Midnight, which whoever's doing the recommendation exam, did notice her power and how she moves so fast. Was a bit interested, so they decided to look at the quirk she had, and it was known as Soul, which confused, well, I'm just gonna say it's Aizawa. He was doing the recommendation exam. Because how does that increase her speed? But we go to Izumi waiting outside. Where's Vander? As she's looking around, as the butler pulls up. I'm here, ma'am. As Momo Ryozu would see this, and another person that has a limo would pick them up. As she noticed it was the green-haired girl that she had talked to when she walked into the recommendation exam. As Big Mom got into the car, alright, we can head home. As, of course, she closes the thing up to talk to Zeus, Prometheus, and Napoleon. As Napoleon speaks, come on, Mama, why can't I have some fun? Why do I have Zeus have all the fun? Hey, come on now, guys. I have to redeem myself for Mama, or else Be quiet, Zeus. Yeah, be quiet. Sorry. After all, you know how many times you betrayed Mama so easily. You've let down Mama so many times. I haven't let her down at all, pretty much as much while we've been here. That is true, Zeus. You have not let me down pretty much at all while we've been here in this world. See? But you did betray me in the last one, which very well hurts since you have a part of my soul. As Zeus looks down. Yeah, but why can't we have some fun, Mama? We could have easily just destroyed the course. After all, I was hoping we'd go fight some robots. Calm down, Prometheus. After all, we don't want to mess with too many opponents. As Napoleon looks down. That's right. Once we expand, well, whatever Mama has planned, Japan will just be a measly city in the palm of her hand. As Mama smiles. Why, yes. As Prometheus, Zeus look confused. So what do you plan to do, Mama? Simple. We're gonna run Mama's company once I'm gone. You're gonna run Inca Midoriya, your mother's company? Why, of course. Imagine all those delicious treats. After all, Mama has the best chefs in the world cook for her. As she starts to drool a little bit. As Vander would tap on the glass. Ma'am, your honey buns. As basically they just could be slit through a little compartment in front of Big Mom. Ah, thank you, Vander. As she would eat them. So delicious. How long until we get home? We should be home in a few minutes. Give or take. Very well. Now we go to UA. The teacher's going over the recording footages of, the recommendation and entrance exams. As they are talking about Izumi's quirk, as Aizawa brings to Nezu, as they replay the footage, as showing Zeus. Very interesting. What did you say her quirk was, Aizawa? I looked up her quirk. It says soul. Maybe these are fabrics of her soul made into reality. Nezu says, Can you be so sure? I cannot be certain, but that is most likely the case. Because there is a possibility she could make something using her soul. But it would also be a part of her. That's just my little guess. Or this has nothing to do with her and she had outside help. But we already knew everyone in the exam site with their quarks, so I doubt it could be that. Maybe an item? Eraserhead says, No. An item couldn't just seemingly make a thundercloud and you could just stand on it. You're right. As they're still speculating on her quark. Well, she did pass. Shall we send the letter? Why, of course. As he would send a letter to Big Mom. As Big Mom had just gotten home with the butler, Vander, as Inca Midoriya's on the phone. Yes, I know. I'm sending another shipment over there now. What do you mean you want a whole nother batch? We are running tight on thing with so many orders lately. You're either going to have to wait for the delay, or you're going to have to, as Big Mom would come in, Mom, as she would look over, 1 second. Hello, sweetie, how was the entry exam? As she smiles, I aced it, of course. Well, that's good to hear. Your mother has to handle this right now. Could you, Vander, could you take her to the kitchen or something? As Vander just nods, of course. Why don't we try that new cake that I brought in from Africa? As Big Mom looks over, a cake from Africa? Ooh, I wonder what flavor. Follow me, ma'am. As she would get on the phone. As Izumi or Inca would get back on the phone. As Vander would take, Izumi to the kitchen, as he would pull out the African cake. They happen to use bananas and coconuts, believe it or not, as well as some other materials to make this cake. Ooh, it looks delicious. As she would take a bite and would be overwhelmed by the joy and satisfaction of the bite. Delicious as always. Vander, you know exactly what calms me down. Why, of course. A butler like myself analyzes what the person they serve needs most. For you, it's certain types of sweets, so every now and then I bring a few special desserts like this, and I have a few in stock. As he quickly just opens the fridge, as there's like a few more sitting there. I always have backups. As he would close it, as Big Mom would say, "You're the best butler ever." As Vander would just smile. Now a day or two would go by, and she would get the letter for a UA saying, she got in and all that. As, of course, it would come to about the first day. Big Mom didn't really care. She knew what she was getting in. So I'm just going to skim over that part. As she would go on to her first day, as she would walk the halls, as she would look up, if I was in my old body, this doorway would fit me. But Big Mom is like in Izumi's body, so she's a lot smaller. Like if I remember, imagine a prime Big Mama, I guess. As she would walk into her class, of course, seeing Bakugo talking with Ida, the description of all that, the other students sitting down, but Napoleon would notice, Eraserhead, as he would just whisper something, "Mama, Mama," as she would look up, "What is it, Napoleon?" As he would look his eyes in the direction, as she would look and notice Aizawa. As Aizawa saw that Izumi, Big Mom, had seen him. Now, she had seen him and just went to go sit down. As Eraser said, "She managed to see me. Impressive." As she would go to the very back, not really caring about anything, as she had her own bag with her. As she sits in the very back, as she pulls out a bit of a sweets, as she starts to munch. Vander does know how to keep me supplied with many sweets. As well, the time would go by when everyone's in the class. Eraserhead gets up. "Calm down, students. It's time for the lesson to begin." As he just places a uniform out, everyone go to the changing room. We're going to do a physical exam. As Uraraka mentions something about orientation, Big Mom just gets up and just simply walks. And of course, Aizawa says, "This is my class, my rules." Now to the changing room. Yeah, say sorry to Mineta, because he just got... I'm just going to skim over this. He tries to peep, he just gets electrocuted. Because I don't want to kill Mineta, because that would get her kicked out. So Zeus just simply electrocutes Mineta. As he's just passed out, foaming from the mouth, in the boys' locker room. As everyone would be questioning why there's a lightning cloud in there. As Big Mom would say, "Don't mind Zeus. He's just a companion of mine that travels around with me." "Of course, Mama." As she would make her way through the doorway and just leave to the exam site. The physical exam site. Now, Izumi is no joke when it comes to physical parts of the exam. She is stronger than All Might. Literally a punch from Big Mom is stronger than All Might's. I think, what was it, Texas Smash? Or United States of Smash, whatever. It's just his punches. As, of course, they would go off the list where Bakugo would go first and all that. Now, for the throwing ball exam, Ugh. It would go like this. It would go Uraraka as number 1. It would go Big Mom as number 2. And pretty much in every other category, she would dominate. Maybe the running part, no, she had Zeus Prometheus. She basically dominated all the other categories in terms of physical strength. And we skip a few days as, well, Izumi is heading back to the house. Vander gotten back, as her mother's been gone most of the time and all that. As Vander was there, as Izumi says this question, where has Mom been lately? Well, you see, your mother has been very busy. She's gotten a lot of calls expanding the business, but it seems there's been a bit of a problem lately she's been trying to figure out. A problem? Why don't you tell me about it, Vander? Unfortunately, I do not know the problem or the details myself. So unfortunately, I cannot inform you, miss. But remember, you have a big day tomorrow. I heard you're going back to school for the second day, which is the Hero 101 training. But I suggest you refill your sweets, as I know your bag is pretty much empty. As Big Mom looks at her bag. How do you know when A good butler knows when something's wrong. As he just leans his hand out. As she just gives him the bag. Good, I will prepare a nice bunch of delicious treats for your time in class tomorrow. As he would just seemingly walk to the kitchen. As Prometheus comes out. He just knows what to get you every time, doesn't he? He's a very good butler. I wish I had a butler like him back when I was still in the One Piece world. Well, he is very smart. He knows exactly what you want pretty much every time. Does he have like a mind-reading quirk, Mama? As Napoleon speaks up, he might. He knows pretty much everything Big Mama wants. He could just be good at telling her facial expressions. We didn't ask for your opinion, Zeus. It could be that last one, Mama admits. As then, of course, the day will go by, same as usual. She goes to bed. She wakes up for the next day. Vander had a bunch of sweets prepared. She would go to school. And now time for the 2v2s. Hero Course train. As All Might would walk into the door, walking in like a normal person. Now welcome to Hero Course 101. And remember, the clothes make the pros. As, of course, they would come off the walls and all that. Now, here's the description of Izumi's hero outfit. It's basically the same Big Mom outfit, but instead of pink, green. Yeah. As, of course, they would get for the training, as Zeus, Prometheus, and Napoleon would be just looking at everyone. As all of them look over at Big Mom, as Mina comes over. So, what is your quirk? My quirk is soul. I can send my parts of my soul into objects, like Prometheus here and Zeus, and Napoleon, as she refers to her hat. As, she's like, wow, they can even speak? Yeah, we can speak. Yeah, but I'd prefer to sleep right now. Come on, Zeus, we do have a little bit of a test right now, so don't fall asleep on me. Yeah, right, don't fall asleep on Mama. As, Sue comes over. Why do they call you Mama? Oh, well, they consider me as Mama for, having a piece of my soul. As they take like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. They've just been calling that her because it's what they used to calling her as. Now, this is where I change up the schedule a little bit. This time, it's going to be, Shoji. I really hope I got this one right. He's the one with all the lots of arms. Versus Bakugo and Kirishima. As she would be paired up with Shoji. As she would look over, fascinating. What type of race is he from? Remember, Mama, this Quark has Quarks in this world. They're the same race as you. Fair point, but look at that Quark. It is absolutely interesting. As of course, she still has a little bit of a thing of like races and all that. So when a person looks different, she does take an interest. As she would go over, so, what's your name? As of course you have the mask. Shoji. Nice to meet you. I'm Izumi. As she would shake her hand. Now let's take care of, the two villains, as she would say. As they would say, begin. So what's the plan? Well, I would simply just use Napoleon, Zeus, or Prometheus to simply destroy the building or the villains, but this is going to be can't really destroy the building without setting off the bomb. So how about this? Zeus, do you mind taking Shoji here to the top floor? No problem, Mama. What will you do? I will simply deal with the other villain. Don't worry, I'll be fine. As she walks in, as Shoji would look at her walk in before getting on Zeus, before flying up. So, what is Izumi like? Oh, you mean Mama? Oh, well, she can be very sweet. Although, you don't want to get Mama mad. What, is she that bad when she's mad? Oh, she is terrifying when she's mad. You can expect the house to be, you can expect the building to get destroyed. I really hope Mama didn't bring her bag with her. Oh wait, no she didn't. I remember her watching her leave it in the back when she, next to her, hero uniform case. So that's good. As they get to the roof, as Shoji would get off. So, are you just going to follow me? I guess so. Mama did tell me to follow you. So, as Zeus would go along with Zeus, Shoji. As we go to Big Mom, who's wandering the hall, as Bakugo is making explosions, heading down the hall. There you are. As he prepares an explosion, sending it at her. But Prometheus obviously just tanks and absorbs the explosion. He just simply consumes it. I gotta say, that's some weak fire. You got any more? As Bakugo would be a little bit disturbed as he would back up. What? Oh, this is Prometheus. Why, he can absorb any flames you send his way. So, with your Quark, you're basically nothing against him. Have your fun, Prometheus. Napoleon, can you figure out the location of the bomb? If I had to guess, it's 2 floors. No, 3 floors above us. Down the hall, to the left. Thank you. Question, if I were to jump from here to the 3rd floor, would that cause any structural integrity damage? But one of the pillars would give way. I guess the stairs, then. What about the elevator? The elevator's out of commission. Not even added to the building. Perfect for jumping upward. Thank you, Napoleon. As, of course, Bakugo would try not to let this happen, throwing explosions. But Prometheus, however, would just eat these explosions before setting fire towards Bakugo. Now, Bakugo, who's had enough of dealing with Prometheus, prepares his big explosion while Big Mom was prying the elevator doors open. As he pulls the pin, as, of course, All Might goes over saying it, Bakugo, no, you'll kill her. Not if she dodges. As the blast goes off, as she takes this blast head on. And when the smoke clears, she took no damage. None at all. She just walks through it. What was that attack? She has the durability of Big Mom. As she would simply just run towards Bakugo and just give a right haymaker straight to his face, sending him out of the building and enlarging the building right beside them. Knocked out. Now, of course, of this, the building has lost a little bit of structural damage. not too much to knock the building over. And now we go see how Iida's doing. Iida's just been electrified by Zeus, and Shoji had just pressed the bomb. Winner! The heroes! As everyone would go back, and of course All Might was saying, who is the MVP of this battle? Definitely Big Mom. Or Izumi. She definitely had the focus, walked in, and all that, and helped Shoji get to the top floor, coming up with a plan to type of separate the villains, and have Shoji get the bomb. As they were all impressed and shocked that she managed to survive the explosion basically directly. So they did shock them. As Izumi simply goes to the change room, change out. Everything goes as canon. Just Bakugo had a bit of a broken arm after that punch. He'll recover by the time of the USJ, guarantee it. And, of course, would head home. Now we go to a mysterious place, and we see Shigaraki, Kurogiri, and someone else. Is the Nomu ready? Yes, Master. Go defeat All Might. Of course, I've gathered plenty of villains for this event. And that's the end of part 2 of What If Female Deku was Charlotte Linlin, also known as Big Mom. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. Okay. Now I noticed there's some stuff in the chat. Yes, the famous weakness she have. I must say that I will feel almost kind of bad for Aizawa and the staff if she has her hunger pains while during training. Yeah, the reason I gave her a butler named Vand. What does Big Mom Izumi look like? I imagine a younger Inko back before Quirk Test. Truth be told, I was looking for a version of Izumi Big Mom, but I could not find one I could use. So, basically, I'll be a bit descriptive. Big Mom in her prime with her pirate outfit, but green. A bit shorter because I'm not making her the same height as Big Mom. And would kind of resemble Inko Midoriya. Also, thank you for informing me that I was right about Shoji. I wonder what will Big Mom do to the Nomu? Oh. It's not what you should be worried about the Nomu. It should be worrying about the villains. I'm sorry, Big Mom is a powerhouse. I feel bad for what's happening in the next part. So yeah, the Nomu and the villains, I feel kind of bad for. Now, this is a 4-part series. I didn't want to get into the sports festival, Hosu, and the training camp in this because there's really no need for that. Because guarantee how I have the set plan, this is going to end by the next part. Now I know y'all probably would have made it more interesting. Hey, you could make it longer and all that. But hey, Big Mom is an overpowered character. Will Big Mom eat one of the villains? No. The Nomu, I'm not sure. Big Mom will enjoy playing with the Nomu for sure. Yes. Oh my gosh, she is going to play what I have planned for this part. She's going to play around with the Nomu like, yeesh. I got a question for Inko. Oh, never mind. Okay. Any questions? Also, did I eat as in drain the souls of everyone? She's not gonna do that. For the sheer fact, she would do that essentially if this was a villain route, but this is kind of a hero route, so no. Oh, of someone? Oh, I thought you meant of the villains. Of someone? Yes. She is going to drain the soul of someone in the series. Yes. I thought you meant like the USJ. RIP LOV. Yeah, yeah. The LOV is not going to get formed in this, really. But I agree. RIP the LOV. No, just in general. Okay, she's going to pretty much eat the soul of one person in the series. That's it, and I'll get to it in the very last part of the series. RIP overall, that guy is a goner if he crosses paths with Big Mom. True, true. If yo, what us to be known as? What's that reference? Is that reference to the MLP idea of some of a story or? Wait, did y'all finally figure out that one character that I made in the Zebra Corrupted story? Did you finally figure it out? All for one, I believe in you this time. Ugh. I'm sorry. In lore perspective and in power, Bog Mom what? Not Bog Mom. Big Mom wipes the floor with All for One. Oh, Phineas and Ferb. That was a Phineas and Ferb. Why do you say that now when I want to do What If Deku was Doctor Doofenshmirtz? What you bring that up and I'm thinking what if Deku was Doctor Doofenshmirtz? It's just like I did a 104 days of summer vacation at school. Come around just to end it. Oh, that's a Phineas Ferb. Yep, that's Phineas and Ferb. Will Big Mom Izumi adopt Eri? Yeah. Yes. Because in the next part, like after this, I'm just gonna really skip over the essential few arcs because the main villain cast won't be there. So, hey. But it will be in the last part I do it. Oh, funny that scene that had Bad Doctor in it, uh, with his fellow evil scientists. I love Phineas and Ferb. Doctor Doofenshmirtz was the one that made me laugh all the time. Curse you, Perry the Platypus! Ah, every time. Hey, if I do a Doctor Doofenshmirtz What If Deku, should I add Perry the Platypus? Because that one's just gonna be like that one's just gonna be a funny story, not even going off really the timeline of things. Because I'll admit, Doctor Doofenshmirtz is a very smart, technically bad guy. He just has a habit of making self-destruct buttons. Who wants to fight a girl that can break down a building just because she's got hungry? Yes. Definitely add Perry. They are kind of a duo. Most definitely. Yeah, no. Hear me out. I just thought of something. Who would have a pet platypus out of the UA students? Perry the platypus could quickly be a quirked animal. It could. Mm. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. So yeah. Out of class 1A, who would have a pet platypus? I can think of one right now. Yes! Yes, Coda! Y'all got it dead right! Okay, remind me. You know what? No, I gotta save this idea. This is too genius of an idea right now. What if Deku was Dr. Doofenshmirtz? I gotta say, like, question. Out of several of my what ifs, have anyone else done them? I have to ask. Because I think I make unique what ifs that haven't been done before. Perry the platypus, what an unexpected surprise. Environment completely expected. Oh. Environment completely expected, yeah. Momo would be in. Okay. Don't get that last comment. Oh, a few, but you do them differently than them. A few of them, yes. Yes, I admit I do a few differently. Um for once, I don't think any of them have done a what if Tyrek. What if Closey Glow? Let me think. What if Sombra, King Sombra? There might be one of those out there though. I can't deny that. Uh Dare audio correct. Okay, I want to ask you in the chat. What are some what ifs that I have done that you've not found or seen? Like, is possibly the first of its kind? Because I can name a few. Most of them have to do with My Little Pony, though, for a lot of reasons. Like, I know Enel, Bendy, those were recommended stories. I knew there were more out there. I knew they were out there. I did them because y'all asked me to. Fluttershy could as well be the first. I don't know. Like, I know Uchiha, which I think he's still in the chat, recommended that one, and I love doing it. Led to the Discord one, which I believe someone else did the do of it was Discord before, but I did entirely differently. But I think you should do what if Deku if Deku was Dark and Doofenshmirtz. I'm doing that. I am doing that 100%. I think I'm gonna make the thumbnail after this live stream, because man, is that just a genius idea. Like, thank you for whoever. Like, I think Dragon's the one that brought up Phineas and Ferb, right? Or who else? Who brought? Give me a minute. I'm gonna try to find out. Pretty much all of your My Hero Academy MLP crossovers. True. Y'all want to know why I did those? Put in a question asking me that. Okay, definitely thinking sperm. So if you'll ask me why I did those MLP crossovers, it was in a time I was thinking, I wanted to think, what are some what ifs no one has done? So I went looking. There's probably only one what if Luna. No what if King Sombra. No what if Tyrek. No what if Cozy Glow. No what if Final, which I only did that one because I wanted to. And plenty others. If we go with MLP Universe, you have the main six princess, the Princess Cadence. True, I could do one on that. Let's not forget Princess Armara. Amora is the one before King Sombra, isn't it? That was shattered by King. Yep, I called it. Called it before reading it. Uh, can you on my character to what if? Oh, so you wanna be added to that what if too, Darren? Well, I think there might be a list of people that could be added because if it's just gonna be like the Discord series, I'm making it as funny as possible. So hold up. We need other evil scientists. So what do y'all think I add other evil scientists? Hmm. Like, again, I'm just going on stuff right now. But you bring up a good point. Like, I could add other evil scientists that you could be like one of the scientists that mocks Dr. Doofenshmirtz Deku. Perry is the pet platypus of actually that would make sense. It's perfect. A reason to have all his gadgets and why he always disappears. Yes. And you know what's the funny thing? Oh, hold up. Don't like with Perry and Doofenshmirtz how to team up. They're not gonna. You don't like how they team up, okay? They don't really team up, but one fatal flaw that is going to stick over from the original show from the What If is he's going to have a self-destruct button on every robot or something he builds. And if y'all haven't seen that rap between Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Dr. Doom, wow. I listened to that thing, that was impressive. Alright, I'll be back. I'll get started on part 3 in a sec. Alright, back. Oh, hold up. We got a few things. I have one. Oh, wait. I think, Phineas and Ferb is from Disney. Hold up. I'll have to do some research because if it's from Disney, I may have to scrap that. He is a Disney character. Ah. Although, what if Doctor Doofenshmirtz was Doctor Doom? Okay, that's an interesting concept. It feels bad. I can't do. That's too Disney potential property. Uchiha. Yeah. I realize they're Disney. Oh, scrap the idea. Maybe later. Future me, maybe later. But current me, no. Okay. Who's ready for part 3? Because the last story we left off, really just ended with them preparing for the USJ. Yeah, R.I.P. That what if. That would have been a great what if too. That would have been an amazing what if too, though. I agree. Hey, we can still work with Sonic. Like, I guarantee if I say, give me a story with Sonic, we're gonna have what if Sonic. Or, sorry. We're gonna have what if Deku was Sonic, what if Deku was Tails, what if Deku was Knuckles, what if Deku was Amy. Truth be told, I've got 2 what ifs that involve Sonic characters planned. One of them is after, well, the two Ruby series I've got planned, and another one is the Eggman one. Okay. All right. Who's ready for part 3? Hey, it sucks, but it was a good idea, but hey, can't do them all. What if Deku was Shadow the Hedgehog? I knew I was forgetting something. Okay. You know, we'll discuss. We'll like I could actually do a what if while I'm playing gameplay, possibly. So, hey, maybe some gameplay background recorded. Maybe. Whatever. Anyway, on to part 3 before I forget. Okay, can we get a countdown in the chat? I got a wife idea, but I'm from Disney, so never mind. Yeah, if it's from Disney, just don't send it to me. I worry about Disney, whatever they go after people. Okay. 1 second. Alright. What if female Deku was Charlotte Linlin, also known as Big Mom? Part 3. The USJ. We start this off as she's going to, obviously, going to school. You know, about the time they're sitting around lunch, classes had just ended, and she's enjoying her little sacked lunch that Vander had prepared for. As she pulls out, well, a cake. That African cake that Vander so politely got from Africa for her. As she starts to take a bite of it, as then the alarm would go off, and well, everyone would be panicking, all up, trying to get away, as Big Mom Deku is just enjoying the sweet taste of her dessert. As then when one of the kids knocks the table, knocking her dessert to the ground. As she gets, well, mad. And she says, "Everyone, be quiet!" As half the students would just pass out doing her using Conqueror's Hockey, causing all of the students pretty much to be passed out. As she looks sad as her cake fell on the floor, as it looks like she's about to, well, just go into rage mode as Prometheus and Zeus and Napoleon try to calm her down. Mom, please, Big Mom, Mama, please calm down. We are still in here. You go on a rage now. You're going to ruin your mother's repu. As she hears, Mama. As she thinks of, well, Inko as she calms down before just walking away. She simply just walks away. And she goes out to the field and all that, the forest area, before punching a tree, causing a shockwave to tilt some other trees down on the UA property. As she just storms off, leaving footprints indebted into the ground as she is still angry because of her dessert. Of course, she's walking down the hall as she knows the door's open. Why is that door open? Don't worry, Mama, I'll check it out. As Prometheus goes over there and sees someone just disappear through a black mist. Mama, someone disappeared through a black mist. It's probably nothing. Anyway, as they go back to class, as she's the only one, actually no, Shoji and Koda, and I would say, Oyama and Tokiyami would be about the only ones there. Everyone else is passed out on the ground. So, as I was like, where's the rest of the class? I think they're still passed out on the ground in the cafeteria. Prometheus says. Why are they passed out on the ground? As Zeus come out, Mama got a bit angry and released some as he's about to say conquerors. Big Mom is Deku grabs Zeus. I got a bit mad and maybe went a little overboard. As she just pulls Zeus down. What did I tell you about mentioning hockey? Sorry, Mama. As Aizawa raises an eyebrow, but doesn't take too much mind in that. Okay. As the rest of the day would go on as usual. Well, when we go to, well, Big Mom getting into the car. Darren, do you have any more of those sweets? For the African sweets? I thought you might ask, ma'am. After all, I had sensed you a little bit of pressure from UA since I got here earlier. So I prepared you a special dessert today. This is an African-styled banana cheesecake. It's actually quite delicious. As a cheesecake would appear in front of Big Mom. Ooh, yummy! As she would take a bite before melting and feeling the savoring scent of the banana mixed in with the cheese. Delicious. And, well, onward we go. We go to Inko Midoriya, who's getting a call. Hello? Hello, Inko. Why are you calling? Oh, no problems, but I'll be over there soon to collect that interesting quark that your daughter has. How did you find out? Oh, simple, really. You thought you could hide that quark information from me? I had just gotten the little sample today when taking a bit of the schedule. Of course, I don't know what their quarks are. I only got your daughter's. So just prepare. Her quark will be mine eventually. As the call ends up, why you? As, of course, the day would go on by, as it's about the day of the USJ. As Big Mom gets on the bus, and let's just say she also had a bag. As she just sits on the bus as they go forward, as Mina asks Izumi a question. So, Izumi, why do you bring sweets to school every day? I have quite a big appetite and a sweet tooth, per se. I also noticed you have a butler. Momo says, yes, I am Inko Midoriya's daughter. Wait, Inko Midoriya as in the famous Inko Midoriya that runs the, Midoriya Company? Yes. Wow, y'all guys are loaded. Yes, they are quite rich as well. You're from the Momo family? Ryozu family, right? Yes, I'm from the Ryozu family. I really hope I'm saying that right. As, well, it's nice to meet you. As, well, for like the fourth time. As they shake hands. Nice to meet with you too. As Mia asks, do you have a crush on anyone? Of course, Big Mom doesn't answer. As Zeus and Prometheus comes out, have a crush on who? As Napoleon also listens. Oh, it's your Quark. Calm down, boys. As, well, they say, all right, Mama. As they would back off, essentially. So, what shall we be doing at the USJ? As Aizawa says, rescue training. All Might should be there as well. Well, this should be fun, Izumi says. Anyway, we see what she's really thinking in the back of her mind. I can't wait to get into the sweets that Vander packed for me. As we move on, as the bus arrives at the USJ, as they get off the bus and walk inside, as of course 13 does his usual conversation. I'm just gonna skim over this. Ochaka says her favorite hero is 13. She goes over the rules a bit. As Kirishima says, hey, y'all even got fake villains. As Aizawa comes over. Fake villains. Those aren't fake villains, those are real. As Izumi looks down as she smiles. Well, boys, are you ready to have some fun? As she smiles. Yeah, let's get 'em, Mama. As no words asked, Big Mom just runs right by Aizawa, Eraserhead, and 13 heading straight down towards the villains. Of course, the ones with gun quarks try to shoot her. The bullets bounce off. As she jumps down, hits the ground. Zeus sends several things of electricity, shocking several villains. And Prometheus sends fire at several of the villains. You really thought you could defeat me? As of course, we got Rock Guy come trying to punch Big Mom. She just swings, backhands the pretty much Rock Guy, and just sends him yeeting. Several villains would try to attack Big Mom, but to no effect. As Eraserhead and the rest of the class are just shocked. That Izumi is seemingly single-handedly dealing with a crowd of villains, like their last week's newspaper. As Bakugo and Kirishima want to go down, but Eraserhead stops them. Why are you stopping us? She's going down there having all the fun. Her Quark is allowing her to do that. I can't stop her now. As, of course, this is where Kagiri would come over, teleport the class. Ida would still get away. But we go back to Big Mom, who's just currently pretty much dealt with most of the villains. Sorry, I paused the video for a moment. Had a bit of a cough. Let's read some of the chat before we get back into this. Where easy is score. What's her go-to candy? Mine root beer berry candies that I can get. Winko. You said Momo's family, right? All right. Vander, keep giving the truesome vibes. Big Mom's cook, yeah. I think 13 is a non-binary. Poor villains. They're never going to live this down in prison. Agreed. Oh, one more. I searched YouTube to see if had Amy would Deku was, and there was 0. Okay. Okay, let's guess Bones, Bones, the villains will gain after this. All right. As Big Mom calls back Zeus and Prometheus, as they have dealt with most of the villains, as well. Big Mom takes a look at Kurogiri and the Nomu, who are staying up there, as she's like, "Ooh, what interesting specimens they are. Especially that Miss guy. Have we ever seen a Miss person back in our world?" As Napoleon says, "No. I don't think I've seen one, Big Mom." "No, Mama." "Then why don't we just grab him and take him home with us? But won't your mother get a little bit mad?" "Not if we keep it from Mom." As she sends Zeus to go, try to grab Kurogiri. As the Nomu would just simply get ordered to take down Big Mom, Shigaraki orders, "Nomu, take down that student." As the Nomu would charge, hitting Zeus surprisingly. As she was surprised, he managed to hit Zeus. As the Nomu would definitely just try to punch her, as she would not move an inch. As she looks down, as there are several punches that are saying like shockwaves. As she just looks down and is not feeling anything. As she just grabs the Nomu by the head. "Let's see how durable you are." As she just tossed it to the side, sending it into the wall. "Alright, now for you." As she's more interested in Kurogiri, as she starts making his way toward Shigaraki and Kurogiri. "Nomu, kill her!" As the Nomu would come back and just hit her in the side of the head. As she would look back, as it throwing a few punches at her face. As she would simply grab it before basically giving it the Hulk treatment. As back, forth, hitting the ground. Back, forth, hitting the ground. Before flinging it back to the stairs, tossing it as it does a full-on cartwheel before landing on its head at the stairs. Now that is dealt with, she reaches her hand out to try to grab Kurogiri. As Zeus and Prometheus would come over, as Shigaraki tries to grab Big Mom, Deku. Zeus simply just electrifies him, causing him to go unconscious. As All Might would show up. "Never fear, I am here." As he would just look around, as we just hear groaning, "Oh, my back, my shoulder. I can't feel my legs. My leg." As she would look over, "Hey, be quiet. I didn't hit you that hard." As she just looks around and mostly all the villains are down for the count. Of course, there's still a few out there, but they're either too terrified or they just fell unconscious. As in this what if, Kurogiri did get away, but did not get away with Shigaraki. Big Mom made sure of that because she was trying to grab Kurogiri, and Big Mom, Deku, was kind of in the way from Kurogiri teleporting Shigaraki out, so Shigaraki got caught in this UA. Now, Big Mom's like, "Ugh, I could have had a nice specimen I've never seen before." "Oh well." As she just steps on Shigaraki's arm. "Ah, my arm!" "Be quiet, you crybaby." As she would just walk away. As Prometheus just sticks his tongue out before saying like a little bit of fire, which seemingly burns his other hand a little bit. As she would make her way back to the top, as All Might was just shocked on the destruction and how many villains she just beat. Problem solved after all. Villains immobilized. Of course, he knows the Nomu is happening to fight All Might. Apparently that she didn't take it out. "I thought I hit that thing so far it would have squished its head." "Think of it this, Mama. Maybe we could add this thing to your collection." "No, it's nothing but a corpse. Artificially made." "How can you tell, Mama?" "Take a look at that." As takes a look at it. "It has multiple soul? No, it doesn't have a soul at all." "Precisely. If it's not a soul, it's a corpse. And I have no use for corpses. Prometheus. Yes, Mama. Incinerate the thing. As All Might was about to get hit with a punch as Prometheus got in front and just basically turned the Nomu to ashes with a simple fire blast. As she would simply get back up and go to the rest. As the students up top have their jaws opened wide, Aizawa has his jaw open wide, as he doesn't get the same injuries as he does in canon in this one, because Big Mom Deku just ragdolled and defeat the Nomu like no tomorrow. Shigaraki was captured, and etc., etc. And that is the end of part 3 of What If Female Deku was Charlotte Linlin. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. This part was a lot shorter than the others, but hey, we got one more. That's the fight with Big Mom versus All for One. We'll also get into the Overhaul arc, which, not gonna lie, Overhaul, R.I.P. R.I.P. Overhaul. Just gotta say that. I bet Gecko Moria Deku will have a Nomu on a hit team. Honestly, I don't think Gecko Moria would like the Nomus. Like, he would say it's interesting that they're a corpse. It's not going to be so interesting if he doesn't control them. Oh, question. Who can tell me when when the character Fred first made his appearance on my channel? Because if I remember, I really hope I get it right. I'll tell y'all if y'all can get. I want y'all to guess, what was the first What If series he showed up in? Because I asked that because we're on the last one for the What If Deku was Big Mom. Why didn't Overhaul get the death sentence for what he had done? I think he got punished enough. Did you see him after he lost his arms? You gotta at least, that is quite a punishment. He lost his quark. He lost himself. Oh yeah, I can imagine if the Rocks showed up in the universe. Freddy, I would like for other people to answer, because I know you know when this shows up. If no one else answers that question, Freddy, you can answer it. Just give him time. He was given life in Tartarus. Oh, he was given life in Tartarus. Overhaul was. Yes. Again, we share what if ideas here, and I have a bunch. I have a list y'all have given me. Wow. And especially, I've got 2 Ruby what ifs that I plan on doing after the One Piece one, so stay tuned for those. Because one of them was an amazing idea that I kind of just broke one of my friends when saying it. Same prison as All for One was placed in. Yes, I know this prison. I had a full-on what if tier where he escaped from Tartarus. Which is interesting because there's a Tartarus in My Little Pony, too. That's actually a prison, too. Oh, Rocks from the Rocks Pirates. I'm gonna wait until they animate that, because I don't know much about his powers or anything. Okay, Freddy, you can answer that question now, because I don't think anyone else can answer that. Uh, what was something else was I gonna say? Oh, let's see. The prison all for one was in. I repeated that. Sorry. Uh, okay. So, person I recommend this with, Pedro. What do you think of your what if so far? I'm on the about to get in the last part, but what do you think about it so far? It was the Vanny fight. Think when you accidentally said the name as a character. Yeah, I think it was that one. Well, Tartarus was a prison, the titan of the Greek god mythology, where imprisoned in so it's named is used a lot. Yeah, I know that. I knew it came from like the Greek gods, the Greek mythology. Well, I'm glad. I try to make stories that y'all enjoy. Like Uchiha enjoyed his one, and Dragon, I believe you enjoyed yours. I try to make it good for everyone. Uh, yeah, I think yours either made it the first appearance in the Shadow series of some sort, which was Shadows versus what or My Organization versus Five Nights at Freddy's. And man, did you be you were a cowboy. Okay. All right. Shall we finish with this one? I still have possibly another hour or two on this, and I really need to get on to the next thing. What if Deku was Shanks? Yes, that's a very good one. That's a very good idea. I'm still waiting for the answer on what Big Mom or what Big Mom Izumi's go-to candy. Hmm. I feel like it would be M&M's for some reason. I feel like it would be either M&M's or Reese's. Zoo. I don't know if I got that right, but was that Zoo or Zoo? Haha. Ja. Hey, whenever I do get to the chance, like I want to do that one. It's just honestly, if someone's an artist, I would ask you to draw a ship for me. Like, if one of y'all had drawn a ship, posted on your channel, and saying I could use that image, I would use it. Possibly. Anyway. Yeah, M&M, Reese's, or Skittles. Yeah, that would definitely. Oh, we're getting into the final part. Thanks for the countdown. What if female Deku was Charlotte Linlin, part 4, the final part? As we go, as Big Mom is leaving the USJ, as Vander is sitting outside in his car, as Big Mom's surprised as Vander wasn't supposed to pick her up for at least a few hours. As she would walk over, as she'd walk to the front, Vander, what are you doing here? Listen, I got an interesting phone call. You need to come back to the mansion right away. Really? Yes, come on. Your mother is worried. Very well. As she gets in the back, as Napoleon's like, I wonder what your mother wants, Mama. As Zeus comes out, yeah, he sounds a bit worried. Well, I will have to find out. As Prometheus comes out, well, while we wait, why don't we enjoy some sweets, Mama? And she's like, yes! As she opens her bags where she had some sweets left over. She grabs a bit of M&Ms, starts to snack on them. Just grabbed a random candy bar, just ate that too. Just started to enjoy the food. As they're making their way back to the Midoriya estate. As we have Inko Midoriya seemingly going through stuff. Like, going on computer typing. As we see a security system has been set. The building's on, like, full lockdown. Alright. It seems like everything's set up. There's no way he's gonna get in. As then an explosion is heard, as several Nomu happen to be attacking the estate. As we see All For One, who's just standing over there. All For One. Come on now, Inko Midoriya, you can't just hide your kid away from me. Her quark is powerful enough to where I can defeat All Might. As then a whole bunch of machine guns start coming out from the walls and start blasting at the Nomu towards All For One. Yeah, they're obviously gonna have a high-tech security system if you're rich. So it takes out several Nomu, but the Nomus are starting to break through the wall, tear down the guns. As they're starting to move through the mansion. As All For One just makes large holes in the mansion as well. As Izumi doesn't know this is going on, he's with a, bandit. As she's just simply just eating while she's waiting to get back to her estate. All For One starts to walk the halls of, the Midoriya estate, looking for Inko Midoriya. As then just suddenly, like, two machine guns start firing as he makes, like, an air shield that blocks the attacks. As he just sends them back and just destroys the machine guns. As he would just simply break the wall, seeing the word Inko Midoriya. Now where is your daughter, Inko Midoriya? Why do you want her? Her quark of hers could be very useful to me. She simply defeated the Nomu I had prepared for All Might. To defeat All Might with ease. And defeat so many villains without taking a sweat. Imagine if I had that power. I would be unstoppable. As this is when their car just pulls up to the estate. As she sees this mayhem happening. And all that. As she's like, as there's several of them are running towards the car, as she says, Prometheus, as Prometheus just goes out the window and just burns several of them. As we go back to Inko Midoriya and All For One's conversation. And after all, can't I just see her? We did work together in the past. I'm not letting you have anything to do with my daughter. I may have done some deals with you in the past. But that is past. I don't do that anymore. Why, such a shame. I just need your daughter, not you. As he raises up a finger, ready to send like a black tendril, as then when he knows several Nomu go flying through. You may still have a use to me yet. As he goes out to grab, as then suddenly a large blade just seemingly cuts his arm. As he backs up, as Napoleon had hit the wall. As he would get out of the wall and just fly towards Mama. As Izumi is angry. As a lot of the Nomus have been turned to ash by Lightning and Prometheus. As they are huge right now. As Big Mom Deku is angry. As she's standing, as All For One's getting a little bit of a sweat just by looking at the intense presence to kill. What's this high tense presence? As he looks over and sees Big Mom. As he just smiles. Once I touch her and take her quirk, I'll be able to be unstoppable. As he rushes towards Big Mom, as well, Zeus sends several electric attacks, and Prometheus sends fire attacks towards All For One. As he uses like an air bubble, but it pushes him back, as it is doing several damage to the shield. That's impossible. This thing is very strong. Can even withstand All Might's punches. As then Big Mom would raise a fist before punching, breaking through his air shield, hitting him and sending him to the building. You dare hurt my mother? Yeah, Mama, get him. Can I burn him to ashes? Can I electrocute him to death? Let me slash him to pieces. As All For One gets out of the rubble, dusting himself off. Why you? As he sends several black tendrils towards Big Mom, not even piercing the skin. Then Napoleon just pops out into a sword and just cuts the black tendrils. As All For One rushes towards Big Mom, as Napoleon turns into a sword, as she swings Napoleon. As All For One barely manages to dodge, as it cuts his shoulder, as he quickly regenerates, as Big Mom is throwing a punch with Zeus, as he barely managed to put up an air ball before destroying it and hitting him right in the ribs, breaking a few ribs as he sent flying through the estate of the Midoriya mansion, sending him flying in the air. As then Big Mom jumps and just does a hammer, like fists together, and just hitting the ground. Hitting the ground, as Mama would then send a combined attack of Zeus and Prometheus, doing some major damage to All For One. As he gets up, his suit is pretty much destroyed, and Izumi comes in with another punch. All For One barely manages to dodge this one this time. As he's exhausted, as he leans over as Big Mom swung, and as he grabs like her arm, as she tries to take her quirk, but fails. This is causing Napoleon to strike and cutting his chest as he falls back to the ground. As this in her anger, Izuku had grown bigger, and the electricity, fire, and Napoleon combining their power, ready to finish off All For One. As All For One is a bit terrified, as he tries to get up and runs away, as she grabs her hand before grabbing All For One's soul and ripping it out of his body. As she has like those crazy eyes, like you would kind of see her in a hunger pain, as she would simply just devour All For One's soul, as he would just drop right there as a lifeless husk. As she would then go on to take her anger out on the remaining Nomus. And this would cause most of the estate to catch fire, and etc., etc. What's ever left of the estate is pretty much just the kitchen. And her room, and the basement, where they store all the extra food for Big Mom. As we just go to the vehicle, as we see Vander just drinking a sip of tea like it's just an average Tuesday for him. Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. As he just looks at the clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big Mom Deku just collapses after using so much energy, because she hasn't used that much in a while, and her new body can't really sustain going into a rage mode as long as her last one. So, yeah. As Inko comes out, you knew how to stop her? You're not home a lot, so yeah, this is normal. What'd she do? Oh, you don't know. She sometimes gets these pains when she's craving a certain food. I have every type of food imaginable in the basement, so we'll be fine. How do you know of this and I didn't? Butler's intuition, I gotta say. Then why didn't you do anything to help her? As we just see like a Nomu try to like attack Inko as a bullet went right by as a pistol had shot it. As he blows the gun, take a look behind the truck, or sorry, behind the limo. As we just see a pile of corpses of Nomus with bullets through their heads. I was helping clear the estate. Especially, I had to get my old skills turned up as a Nomu just pops out of the ground, ready to attack, as he just punches it in the head, causing it to explode. Also, I've got some ridiculous strength. Thing was easy. Especially when you're part of the special forces like I was. Anyway, should we head to the backup estate I had prepared? The backup estate? Yes, the backup estate. Very well. As they would grab Big Mom and they would technically go to the backup estate. As of course Inko Midori would have to people clean up the damages, transfer all the food to the other estate. Essential. Now, the rest we go as canon as we get to the, well, I'm just gonna skip right on into the internships. As she just takes an internship with someone that was doing the raid for the All for One. Just someone. It could be a lesser hero. You know what? I'm gonna use this hero because I don't seem to use him at all. The hero that can really just lock people in place. I have no idea what his name is though. But she interned with him for some reason. As this is where this is gonna get funny. As we're moving through the overhaul state, as Big Mom's just walking. As of course someone's turning around the room and all that. Big Mom senses him with observation hockey, and simply just throws Napoleon, landing right near the guy. As the guy's like size, as Napoleon opens his eyes, and this scares the guy in the wall, moving the structure around. As Napoleon would then move and hang this guy out of the wall and going through the ground. As he would get apprehended. Of course, Mirio would go all around fighting all that. As Big Mom would show up right when Mirko got hit with the Gorka Racing bullet. As Big Mom would look at Eri. As she'd like go into like her mother mode, I guess, that she has. As she would walk over and ask her if she's alright. As she would just nod as Overhaul would try to grab Eri. As she would swing her arm, sending Overhaul into the wall. You don't have to worry about the bad man. After all, I'm here to help you. As we just see Zeus and Prometheus just electrocuting, frying Overhaul. Like, repeat, shock, fire, blade, shock, fire, blade, shock, fire, blade. As we just see this man that's puffing black smoke out of his breath. As then Izumi would turn around before giving one final punch to Overhaul, breaking both of his arms, his ribs, and his legs. With third-degree burns, as well as some shock therapy, so he's not going to feel his nerves for a bit. And basically, Big Mom would take in Eri. As she would give Eri a sweet. As technically, Inka, she's not old enough to adopt, really, Eri. So, Inka will adopt. As Big Mom would meet with Shoji and several of the classmates after some coming years, she would become a successful hero. Only because it becomes to her benefit. But essentially, she helped raise Eri and all that. Shoji just came over a lot and all that as Shoji and Big Mom had become good friends. And that is the end of What If Female Deku was Charlotte Lin, or Big Mom. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. Okay, I noticed we got some comments in there from when I last left off. What happened to the soul of the quark that All for One stole? I did forget to go over that, but essentially, when Overhaul's quark or when Overhaul's soul was taken, the rest of the souls dispersed and got freed. What's the Butler's quark further sight? Future sight? Yeah. He is like some of those goats from throughout the video. Yeah, he's like a goat. Uh, the you know, this Butler is straight up Stewie's. No, the Butler is bloody Alucard from Helsing. I have watched Alucard. I've watched Helsing. It's a very good. I think it's Loke Rocks. I don't like him either. Oh, you're right. Mimic. That's the guy's name. Let's be frank. Rock Lee have a huge ego during his only appearance, and he comes like a what was that? Whatever. Will you make a what if Deku was Blackbeard, and can you add add a Blackberry the Blackberry Pirates, and can you add me during? I'll I'll be added to. Okay, a lot of what ifs. I don't know if we can get to them all. So only All for One was eaten. Yes, I'm pretty sure Overhaul got faced worse than death. By the way. Big Mom will go all out for torture. All for One got it easy. Overhaul can't heal himself in that condition. He pretty much got one tapped. All for One at least had a little bit of a chance. Overhaul's got one tapped. And like I felt like I had to give Overhaul like he's not a very good villain. Well, he's a good villain in the scheme of things. He's a terrible villain when it comes to what he does. Is he a well written villain? I would say he's a pretty decently written villain. Yeah, I figured you were talking about the Blackbeard Pirates and not the Blackberry Pirates. I'll be right back and we'll get into the second round. Or sorry, we're in the third round. The second story. Okay, back. I imagine a pirate crew with Blackbeard or the BlackBerry phones. It's kind of funny, yeah. It's the same for from the Poppy Playtime. I'm curious what you mean by that. And is Freddy still on the live stream? Because if he is, we're getting into the story recommended by you. And also, Pedro. I really don't know if I'm getting your channel name right. I'm just hoping. What do you think of your story? I think I did pretty well. I enjoyed it. That was definitely a fun one. Although, Big Mom is indestructible, but what is going to be the main factor of this fight is if her mind is as indestructible as her body. Is the same Fred from the Poppy Playtime video? Yeah. Yeah. But each version of Fred has like a different power and all that. Was it Ninja Power Rank? Yeah, I could do that. There are several ideas. Like right now, I am swarmed with ideas that I would like to do. I've got thumbnails set for them, and I've been planning to do. And guarantee after this, well, after like the tournament, just these videos of the tournament will be dropping. Will I still be making videos during the release of the tournament videos? Yes, but it's gonna be at a very slower pace. Yep, it is him, but this is a different version of Fred. Each version in every verse is a different version, because the original Fred is that we created is pretty much just unkillable. Like we verified the Freds for each universe to have different abilities and all that. This one mostly takes place with hypnosis, mind control. Who will win the fight between the Blackbeard Pirates and the Rock? I gotta say, it's gotta be the Rock Pirates. Oh, the game terms? He's not like the Fred from the game. No, he's just a made-up character. Also, every What If Deku was a Power Ranger is based off Mighty Morphin. Okay. Oh, Mighty Morph. Sorry. Mighty Morph. Okay, again, this first episode is going to be a very short one. Like, kind of like a trailer snippet, but it's really going to be part one. Just going to be a lot short. This one may be cut into short parts. Maybe. Or at least the first part is. Okay, any questions before I start? The second story. The first one. Okay. Is that it? If there's no more questions, I'll get right on. Disney used to own Power Rangers, but they do not. Oh, they don't own Power Rangers anymore. I can do Power Ranger what ifs. Oh, thank you. I like that what if is so far on my list though that I'm not gonna get to it for a while, which I am sorry about that, Dragon, but it is so far back on my list. You know what, Uchiha? Shoot what your idea is. Your favorite Power Ranger. Huh. Like, are we talking about the color Power Rangers, like their color, or are we talking like the favorite Power Rangers from like the different variants? Because if we're talking like that, I think I gotta go with the Green Power Ranger. Which side? Oh, like Fred. Which side is he on? Like, Fred is a mixture of good and evil. He's a character that loves pure chaos, destruction. Team. I think I gotta go ninjas there. It's either the ninja or the dino charger. They're like my favorite. They gotta be like my favorite. Hopefully, I answers your question, Dragon. And we have Freddy. He's ready for this. What if? He has the he. Well, it's interesting to know that a lot of people like the dinos. Like, trust me, the dino was one of my favorites. Mine is the White Dino Thunder Ranger. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna get started on the first part of the What If Fred Was an MLP. I really hope this series. I'm gonna ask y'all this before I get started. How do you think this is gonna do when I drop this? I hope a lot of people like this. Because I know at least 2 likes or 3 likes that are going to be on this, and one's from Freddy himself. One or 2 might be me. I am your god. I'm having a think of controlling Freddy. Well, the character's name's Fred. This version has mind control capabilities with his flute. Favorite team is 3-way tie between Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, and the SPD, and we're all made by Disney. They don't own them anymore, do they? Because if they don't own them anymore, I can use them. But if Disney still holds the right to those 3, I could be getting in trouble. So, get back to me on that one. Your god is the god of root beer. Hey, we got Fred, the god of chaos and destruction. And you're like, how is this gonna fit into things? Discord is the god of chaos. You'll find out. Anyway. Okay, so they don't own the Power Rangers anymore. Okay, I can use them. Favorite Power Rangers, them from Dino Chargers and Samurai. They haven't owned Power Rangers since like the 2010. Well, I do appreciate the little fill up because you got to know minor details for some shows because you got to worry about what they will do sometimes. Anyway, let's get a countdown. I will answer more of your questions after this. See if he is free to use. Alright. Let's get a countdown going. Please, chat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What if Fred was an MLP? We start this as someone is tearing the fabric of space, as he certainly just tears it up, revealing a little bit of a warp gate of some sort, as he walks out, with his hands together. Finally, after 1,000 or 2,000 years of banishment, from that stupid Star Swirl the Bearded, I'm finally back. As he looks around as he's in a forest, now where am I? I probably missed a whole bunch while I was gone. As we get a little bit of a flashback, as we see Star Swirl the Bearded, Fred, stop your chaos and madness right now, as we see a controlled Discord. Discord, as he starts to play his flute. As Discord would charge towards Starsword the Bearded, as he would use a spell to stop Discord, as then he would focus his magic into his Elkhorn Horn before enchanting his spell, as Fred would be playing his flute using Discord to just basically take on Starsword the Bearded, as he would change most of his attacks into like things. And then Fred lowers the fruit. You can't defeat me, Starsword the Bearded. I have the power of a Draconequus on my side. Even then, you can't defeat me. As Starsword the Bearded then uses a little nasty trick. He enchants a different spell while enchanting the same spell, as he sends the attack towards Discord, where it freezes him in place, causing the other spell that he sent to hit Fred, sending him seemingly into a void space. As he looks around, where am I? As he tries to break himself out. Why, you Starsword the Bearded. When I get out of here, you'll pay. I will take over Equestria, then the entire world, and I'll have you watch as it burns. As we just see back to present time, Fred just walking around. I'm going to need a lot of information about this world, but I'm going to need an informant. Well, I do remember hearing about someone named someone named Sombra, was it, back then? Maybe he could be of use to me. But for now, as he starts to walk forward, as he would know someone roaming in the bushes, as he would hide, as it would seem to be a zebra. Ooh, looks like a zebra, as he would start playing his flute. Why, zebra, listen to my song. Listen to the malice within your heart. Once you realize that where you belong, you will realize you now are under my control. As then suddenly, Zekora's eyes turn yellow. Perfect! Now first, let's get out of here. Take me to your hut. As Zekora just leads Fred to her hut. And as he opens the door, as Fred looks around, ooh, these are a lot of the ingredients I used to use for some of my old spells. As you take a look around, as then he would see a vial. And that is the end of part 1. Really, the trailer. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe for more. That one was a bit of a small part. It was supposed to begin. Part 1 was supposed to be small. These are individual parts that cut off into sections, because Fred is definitely a hard character to make a story for. And now to the next one, where this one gets way more difficult. Have this character brainwashed to Equestria Girl universe? Has he made it over to the Equestria Girl universe? No. Starsword the Bearded had sent him into like a cosmic jail, essentially. You have a favor? What do you got, Uchiha? Like, if you're asking for another what if, I can just add it to the list. I've got a list right now. Like, I've enjoyed the ones you've sent in, Uchiha, so I don't mind you sending in another one. Like, you've had me do Derpy, Fluttershy. I enjoyed those. Quick information about Starsword the Bearded. You want some information on Starsword the Bearded? I don't know much about the character per se, but I do have someone that knows a lot about Starsword the Bearded. He's an ancient unicorn. Ivora. What if Deku was Ivora? What is that character? How many what ifs do I got? Oh, the list goes on. I think I have over 20 right now. Is Ivora a character from MLP? Or where is it from? Oh, Ivor? Maybe a description where that's from would help me a bit. Oh, the Minecraft story mode. Oh, that's something I haven't done in a while. I'll need to recap myself on that. So, maybe a bit later. Okay, so that the little part one was a bit short. Freddy, I think you were listening, so what do you think of that? Yeah, Ivor is the evil guy that made the Wither Storm, I'm pretty sure. I remember. Alright. Who's ready for part two? Because I need to get into this. Okay. Short but good, yeah. Okay. Now let's get into part two. What if Red was an MLP? Part two. As he looks at a vial, as he grabs something. Ah, yes. The old venom from the venomous snake. Could definitely use that in a potion. As he looks back at Zecora. Ah, Zecora. As he just knows from reading one of the names listed on around the room. Tell me the information you have of this time. The information you seek lies within a castle, deep within its pages, where you will find the history that you look for. I look for the through the pages of the castle to find the information I seek. I must look through the books of old. Is that what you mean? As she nods. Interesting. You only speak in riddles. This makes it more fun. Okay, answer me this. Who's in charge? Who are the alicorns of this era? There lies one of the sun, the one of the moon, the one of friendship, and the one of love. Interesting. One of the sun, that must be Celestia. I remember her from about 1,000 years ago or so. Luna, the younger sister. But the one of friendship and the one of love, those are new. They may be a problem. Yes. Zecora. Where is the Draconequus that lies within chaos, but is not yet seen, stays out of people's way, but causes disaster wherever he lies? The Draconequus you seek has been befriended to the ponies of Ponyville. Friended to the ponies of Ponyville. Do you know his location? As she shakes her head no. I guess it can't be helped. Anyway. Where will I look to find these pages? Which castle? The one you seek is the castle here, in Ponyville. But the pages you seek are somewhere deep within its walls. Deep within its walls. Deep within its walls. I got it. Maybe the basement. That's where the riddle will take me.
But for now, as he walks to the cauldron, I'm going to need to make an invisibility spell.
As he walks through, looking at all of her ingredients.
Ah, you have just the enough amount of ingredients to make that invisibility spell.
As he would just put in the items.
The invisible chameleon's tail. The eye of the snake of, well, of something. Forgot what that thing was called. A tear of a, well, alicorn. How do you even get this?
As he drops it in there. As the spell would just flare up as it turns green.
Ah, there we go.
As he would grab it before drinking it. As he would turn invisible.
Ah, much good.
As he is about to leave, as Zecora recites another message.
The warriors of today are much stronger than the warriors of old. They shall defeat you with your friendship if you are not careful. The most powerful among them is the alicorn, of which, what, I don't know.
As he looks back,
another riddle. The alicorn of friendship may be strong, but can it fare against the magic of old?
As Fred would leave, before making his way through Ponyville. As he would head towards the, well, castle of, well, Twilight.
Ah, here it is.
As he would walk through the front door, as no one was there, as he noticed the place is mostly empty.
No one here. I would expect some sort of security system.
As he would walk, as then he would hear talking. As he just, well, turns the corner and sees like what was it? A unicorn with a broken horn.
A unicorn with a broken horn here? I wonder.
As he pulls his flute, as then he hears footsteps.
No. I'll wait another time.
As he just simply sneaks his way down to where he goes into the library. Currently looking for books. As he then finds a book that stayed for 1,000 years old. As he would grab it before footsteps would be heard. As he would then just run out of there. As Twilight and Spike gotten back. As Tempest had walked in. It seems like you're back, Twilight. Yes, we currently had a magnificent journey over to Canterlot. How is everything here? Well, everything seems to be working well. No intruders, no missing books, to my knowledge. As we go back to, well, Zecora's house. As he had gotten back to the book.
Here we are.
As he sets the book down before blowing off the dust.
That thing has to be some odd years old.
He starts to flip through its pages.
The alicorn of friendship, with the elements of harmony. Rainbow Dash,
Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, Rarity, Applejack.
Ah, so these are the elements of harmony. They've been given new users. Interesting. Well,
as he scrolls through in the alicorn of love,
mostly focused in the Crystal Empire. I'm not interested in the Crystal Empire at all. Equestria is my area of expertise, anyway. Wait a minute. Isn't someone wanting the Crystal Empire? Wasn't it that King Sombra? I wonder if I can strike a deal with him. With the combined ability of my hypnotic magic and his power of darkness, this alliance may turn into a very interesting one. Tell me, where is this King Sombra?
King Sombra lies within the cold region, in a castle, to where it seems to be hidden, along a long journey with feral paths.
snow slides, and a lot of snow within your future. Another riddle. Well, it's obviously somewhere with a lot of snow. That answers my question. Pack your things, Zecora. We're going on a bit of an adventure, as Zecora just nods before grabbing the necessary materials. Just you wait, Discord. My revenge for this pitiful land is coming soon. As he smiles. And that's the end of What If Fred was in MLP. Part 2. Again, these are like short ones, so I really hope you'll like it. Okay, until the order falls their lace with a command block and agreed to never tell anyone. Oh, yeah. Until the order false their legend, what they did. I love the characters whose powers strengthens are in direct rather than straightforward. He planned ways for people to discover the truth about the order. Oh yeah, he did. He was like an antagonist, but he was really just trying to reveal the truth. Alright. Now we move on to where Fred will be meeting King Sombra. And a little bit of alliance shall appear. So what do y'all think of this one so far? Like, I have like 1, 2, 3, 3 more. R.I.P. Green Kenobi, I have no idea what that was. Okay, I get what you mean. Ivor is definitely going to be I'll try to add that one to my list. I've just got so much on there, and again, I'll be working on less and less stories when the tournament is over with, because I'm gonna have like probably a month or 2 worth of stories after I'm done. You have a high feeling they'll recruit other bad apples in this story? There's a possibility. Will I add them all on a thumbnail? No. Alright. Any questions before moving on to part 3 of What If Fred was an MLP? They're gonna be the next League of Villains? No. Because they're not gonna recruit, like, all that. You enjoying this series, by the way, so far? Because I think you are, Uchiha. Like, this is a made-up series. Completely. Oh. Someone's doing a countdown. I'm gotta get started. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What If Fred was an MLP? Part 3. We last left off with Fred and Zecora heading to, find King Sombra. As we see them wandering through a snowy tundra, moving through the area. Man, he really likes the cold, doesn't he? King Sombra is a person of darkness, someone shrouded in mystery, yet origins unknown. You can quit with the riddles, Zecora. As basically they finally show up to the old castle. Ugh. I had to go all through this effort just to find King Sombra. This alliance better be worth it. As he walks to the door, as he opens it, as we see King Sombra just simply having a little bit of a irritational look, as he's got defeated by the main six once again. I can't believe I got defeated by them once again. As Fred looks at this. Ah, it seems like someone's in a bad mood. As he just simply destroys like a table he had set up. That Alicorn and those ponies shall pay for interfering with my plans once again. As then Fred comes out. Maybe I can help you with that. As King Sombra looks over there. And who might you be? Why, I am. Well, would per se it a person that wants them gone as well. How about this? You want the Crystal Empire, correct? Yes, I want the Crystal Empire. How about a trade-off? A trade-off. You get the Crystal Empire, I get Equestria. We deal with both of our enemies at the same time. As he looks back, before contemplating. Both our enemies? Then how do you plan to take on all of the Alicorns at once? Why, I know a certain Draconequus that can help us. Discord, he's on the light of good. Let me just sweeten the pot a little bit, eh? Come in, Zecora. As Zecora comes in, why did you bring her here? She's under my control. Zecora, please tell us where Twilight was a few days ago. Twilight, the Alicorn you speak, took a trip to the capital of where most of the royals go. As King Sombra looks confused. Ah, yes, I forgot she talks only in riddles. Maybe not my best hypnotic work, but still, pretty impressive. She does give me the answers I understand. So you're saying you can hypnotize the Draconequus? Precisely. It may take a little bit, but I can assure you that Draconequus is good as ours once I run into him again. And with him, we'll be unstoppable. As King Sombra smiles. Very well. What is your name? The name's Fred. As he shakes his hand. Fred puts out his hand as he shakes King Sombra's hoof. Then to a good partnership. To a good partnership. As they shake hands. As King Sombra has a smile. As King Sombra would laugh. Please tell me more. Alright, Zecora. What would be a good way to take out Equestria's guardians? One way is maybe to have them fight amongst themselves, but others may involve trickier means. As long as the Alicorn of friendship is in play, there is no form of having success. I guess the plan of turning them against each other is not going to work then. Maybe my hypnotic abilities will work. Yes. Also, can I please introduce you to a little friend that tried to barge in on our conversation? As we see now a Certainty unicorn hiding behind a pillar. Why, unicorn, hear my song, feel the malice within your heart. And once you know what you feel, you'll realize you now belong to me.
as this unicorn now has, well, the same eyes as Zecora, as it comes out and it's revealed to be, surprise, Trixie.
Ah, it's just her. She has no magical potential at all. Really now? Very well.
As Fred just simply grabs the back of Trixie's mane before tossing her out the window as she falls into the cold. As this would cause her to snap out of it, but she doesn't remember the past hour of her life.
Anyway, any information on the Draconequus? The Draconequus you seek has a friend. He likes deer. This friend likes animals. A friend that likes animals and is dear to the Draconequus. Yes. I'll have to find this person. I think I can help with that.
As Fred looks over.
Or do you perhaps know this? Fluttershy, one of the Princess of Friendship's friends. Well, thank you for the information. I will go grab this Fluttershy, or simply wait for Discord within the vicinity. While you prepare the plan, I suppose. Very well.
As they smirk. And that is the end of part 3 of What If Fred Was an MLP. Hopefully y'all liked. Make sure to like and subscribe. This is like a short series, but I find it interesting because this is based off a character that is able to hypnotize. And is, honestly, this is what I mean, is it means it's really going to come to a fact in the fight if the hypnotism will work against Big Mom or not, which is going to be very difficult. Alright, let's read the comments. Gargor in the background, just not bothering with the headache. Yeah. Is this King Sombra the one from... Oh, I missed that opportunity. Oh, no. That would have made for such a good twist. But no, it's not. It's just the regular King Sombra. I'm saving that one for... I'm surprised you remembered that one. Like, I'm still coming back to that one eventually. I could have done this in this one, but no. I'm saving that for another event. Okay. Who enjoyed that previous part that I just did for this one? Also, this is where things get interesting. Look at the worry on Discord's face in the background. This is a short series, which is kind of funny, I suppose. I imagine show up just to get kicked out of the window. Yes, just imagine showing up. Yes. Oh. You know why I add Trixie into this? You want to know why I add Trixie into that one scene? Someone ask. I want to answer that. Hey, bring a Discord here to let him take over. Are you talking about the Discord? What if Discord literally just, for the entire series, was narrating for himself? What does the flute sound like? I don't have a sound for a flute, unfortunately. If you haven't noticed, every time he says Fred in any series, I'm overpowered. Yeah. Oh, and why, because I wanted something comedic in this part for just comedy's sake, and I felt like the best person to do it to was Trixie. Can you bring Discord and let him take over the spot? I was hoping never to use the Discord voice again, but okay. Let's see if I got it. Well, well, well. Green Kenobi, you thought you were going to do another story without me? Oh, great, Discord. What do you want? Why, I can't narrate for myself once again. You've brought me back into the fold. This is why I stopped doing MLP videos with you in it. You come over and just ruin everything. Do I need to? Don't you dare send me to the pool of piranhas again. I remember that from last time. Oh, is that the chat? Mind if I have a read? Go ahead. I am the great and all-powerful Trixie, she says as she is thrown out the window. Ha ha! Yeah, now can you leave Discord? I'll be gone for now. Sorry, I did a little bit of a... In the What If Deku Discord series, I tried to voice Discord. Oh, does the flute sound like the flute that Finn, the human, plays, or is it like a different sounding flute? It's kind of like that. A little bit, yeah, a little bit like that. What is it? I see, hey, Discord. So, what do you want to ask? Guarantee he's gonna ask where you've been. I want him to ask, not you, Green Kenobi. Whatever. Also, I was keeping track on your live streams, by the way, and I see you're playing Sonic. I'm curious if I can play one of the games too. Not a chance, Discord. Oh, don't worry. That is not going to happen. Right, Green Kenobi? I know when not to cross the line. And I really don't want to have to take a little bit of a visit back to the piranha pit you have somewhere. So... Discord, get rid of me. Pfft. There, that should send him to another dimension for a while. Alright, he should be gone for now. And no, I'm not doing that. You asked that question. Yeah, tell it to the shippers. I'm not doing that. Discord, have you met Deadpool yet? You're gonna have to wait for Discord to get back. I currently zapped off my Discord getaway beam I created a few months ago after I made the Discord series. I made it so I get rid of him. Yet he finds a way back every time. I have a question for Discord. Can you take over this What If? No, I'm not doing that, Freddy. I really don't have to go back to the pool of piranhas he has at his house. So please, no. Okay, chat. I think we've gone a bit too far. Having fun, you think it actually works on him? She's hanging with Tails. I can actually see Fluttershy hanging out with Tails for some reason, like just having fun. Just having fun, really. Don't. Well, okay, now I just knocked Green Kenobi out. Let's answer some of these questions now. Okay, have I met Deadpool yet? Yes, I met Deadpool quite a while ago on my vacation to Hawaii. Man, that man knows how to make a good moringa. But anyway, we had some fun. We had some fun dancing, but doing the... We had some dancing doing the cha-cha. With the maracas.
Again, oh, you must be talking about the Sonic universe. Yes, I've been there a lot of times. I messed with the Speedster. I'm going to ignore all those other comments because I have a bat here ready for anyone who tries anything on Fluttershy. Discord beam. Okay, hopefully that takes longer for him to come back. I do not want to have to deal with Discord again this live stream. That man has been the bane of my existence ever since the Discord what if. He's had me paranoid as he returns. I created... See what you've done? You brought Discord back. I wanted him gone. He's back. Okay. Okay. Enough with the Discord and Fluttershy, whatever you're talking about in the chat now. Discord actually did do it to me. He would actually be hiding in my closet. And then we just... Yeah, I turn around and... Ow! Why do you have rat traps in your closet, Green Kenobi? He's back already. Freeze ray. There, that should keep him frozen for a bit. I've learned to set Discord notification traps all around my house. Oh, don't worry. I'm currently tossing him into the void machine as we speak. He shouldn't be back for at least, hopefully next month. Maybe next year if I'm lucky. Anyway, he's now gone. Let's get back to the story. Back to the story. He just said he had visited the Sonic universe. I know barely anything about Sonic except the first game and the characters. Discord can know a whole bunch of things. I don't need spoilers for him. Or from him. One question for you, Green. If you could have a tea party with the main six, which one would be the best to get you to join? Honestly, I feel like the most actual one that would seemingly the nicest and understanding is actually Applejack for some reason. Like it's not like Rarity. It's gonna be too fancy. It's gonna be complaining about table manners. Pinkie Pie, obviously, is gonna be too hyper. Fluttershy's gonna be too shy. Applejack seems like the perfect one to talk to. Do not bring Discord back here. I'm done with Discord for this live stream. I'm trying. He's not coming back for this live stream. I appreciate the comedy though. Y'all made my day. But not bring back Discord. Now, any questions before I continue with part 4 of the What If Fred series? Hey, you forgot Pinkie Pie. Can break the fourth wall. Oh no, I know she can break the fourth wall. I have a question for Discord. Have you met the Dazzlings? Aren't those the the ones from Equestria Girls? Active plot device to protect you. Applejack is the most down to earth pony maintained to the ground. Yeah. All right.
Anyway, I'm gonna get into this. One, two, three, 4, 5. What if Fred was an MLP? Part 4. We see Fred has made his way into Equestria. Or, well, into Ponyville. As he's walking around. Ah, yes. It looks like I am back here. He starts walking around looking for Fluttershy's house. What's the description that he gave me? He's walking around currently looking for that Zecora gave her. As Zecora was given a mission to wander around, well, Ponyville to get more information. As, well, Fred would look around and find Fluttershy's home. As he would see that it's a little bit changed and he sees that there's magic. As he walks to the door and opens it and sees, well, the change of appearance like Discord would change it. As he walks in, as he just stands there, as Discord comes out as he made a pie. Ah, Fluttershy, are you back? I just made a pie. As he sits on the upside down counter. No, it's not Fluttershy, but how about an old friend, Discord? As Discord turns around. No. Fred, I thought you were gone for good. Oh, did you really? I gotta say, being trapped for about 1,000 years in a spatial dimension does do something about your age. Not really, especially when you don't age in that time period. But I'm back and I need your assistance for taking over Equestria. No, I'm not going to help you, Fred. Who said you have a choice? You've worked for me in the past. Not like I had a choice then. It's not like you have a choice now, Discord. So just come along nicely. No. Not after what you made me do the last time. What? Where I nearly had Equestria under my fingertips? While I had you under control. Your song is just leave, Fred. Just leave. No can do. I need your help, and unfortunately you need mine. So, no can do. As then, well, Fred would walk up. Remember all those fun times we had, where we caused chaos throughout Equestria? The people that were screaming amongst the cities, the cotton candy, the chocolate rain. And who forget about Muffin Corner? As then suddenly the doorbell rings. As Fred walks to it, as Derpy's there. Package for Discord. I'll take that. As he grabs the package, as Derpy just leaves. Why? I didn't order a package. You didn't order a package. I did, though. As he opens it. Ah. A new thing for my flute, as he adds a few beads around his flute. As then, if you won't work for me willingly, I'll have to use the flute. As Discord tries to use his magic towards, well, Fred. Do not resist major conquests. I can see the malice in your heart. Won't you let it out? Just hear my song, and you'll see. Stop! Get out! Get out of my head, as he's holding his head. That you now belong to me. As then Discord's eyes would go black and red. Good, it looks like we're on the same page once again, Discord. What do you need, Fred? Do you need possibly us to cause the city to be on fire once again? Should I prepare explosives for some of the houses? Do I need to make explosive pies? Now that's the Discord I know. Now don't worry, all of that will be understood and more. As the doorbell rings once more.
Ah, yes, Derpy. As she had put her hoof out, as he pulls out 3 muffins, puts it in her hand, as she nods and leaves. Ugh. Luckily, I ran into her and she gave me directions. I promised her muffins. Now come on, Draconequus. We have some work to do. As Discord would follow behind, well, Fred. As they would end up leaving and going to reunite with, well, King Sombra. And that is the end of part 4 of What If Fred Was in MLP. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. I find this a short but yet enjoyable series, so if y'all have enjoyed this, please tell me in the comments, because I'm enjoying this series. Okay, we got some, activate plot device protect you. It's easier to keep Pinkie Pie at bay than Discord. Just give Pinkie Pie candy and she'll leave. Yeah. Don't worry, I have pie. But yeah, do you see the scenario I'm going with? You know why this makes this is gonna be a such hard decision when it comes to the 1v1 fight? Because he's gonna have Discord on his side. Why are you in the why was I in the piranha pool? I know why. Don't just get Fred. Just don't get Fred flute. Why didn't I get Fred's flute? Pinkie Pie, Pinkie Pie. He took advantage of Derpy? Yes, he did. He paid off Derpy with muffins. Like, for instance, what was it? Totally forgot. Her one weakness. Yeah. Her one weakness. Yeah. For instance, this story is definitely something that's gonna be a while. I have a question for Derpy. Why do you kill me last time? Derpy's not on the slash. Big Mom can control her own soul and in One Piece. That means she can prevent yourself from being mind controlled. That is a theory. Hasn't been proven. Everyone knows how to summon Pinkie Pie. Yes. Like, I know Big Mom can control her soul, but it's never stated that her mind. Like, Big Mom's gotten tricked before. Like, you say that she can control her soul, but that doesn't mean really anything when it comes to mind control. No, I'm not falling for that. Not falling for that, Freddy. Okay. We've got 3 more episodes, which is these 3, to get to. Okay, let's move on. 1, 2, 3. What if Fred was an MLP? Part 5. Zecora is roaming around the city as Twilight and Rarity happen to come across her. As Twilight looks over, oh, Hello, Zecora, as then she does something with her eyes. Why, hello, ponies. Why, how has your journey been? It's been fine, as Ray's like, come on, darling, you need to change out of those old rags. Guarantee I can fish you up something magnificent, another good dress, another outfit that would be amazing suited for you, Zecora. Why, I appreciate the compliment, but I must go. I have plenty more to do. As then Twilight would notice something. Wait a minute. Pause. As Fred would disappear on the screen. I pause this little thing just to mention something. While this part is going on, I'm currently kicking Tyrik's butt for no reason. Because me and Tyrik have a grudge, and it's off screen, so unfortunately, I had to convince Green Kenobi to make a fourth wall for this. Just to let you know, all the time during this part, I've been kicking Tyrik's butt, so just know I've been doing that while this entire event was happening. As Twilight noticed the really change in her eyes that magic was used, Zecora, have you... As then Zecora would then just spin around and hit Twilight before, well, Rarity's like, Zecora, what are you doing? As Twilight would try to say something, as then she would kick Rarity, sending her into the fountain. And she's like, my mane! As Rarity, she's not herself. As Twilight would try to use magic to hit Zecora, as she would dodge it. As then Rarity uses some magic, lifting up Zecora. You dare ruin my precious mane. You know how many hours it takes to fix this mane? As then Twilight is like, hold her, Rarity, as she would fly up and try to look towards Zecora. As she starts to try to figure out what's wrong with her. We're going to have to take her back to the castle. As they take her back to Twilight's castle, as Twilight's looking through the book, as Spike and Tempest are wondering, what's going on? Well, Zecora is under some sort of control. I'm trying to figure out what it is. As she starts looking through spell books. Come on, where is it? Yes. A book wrote how to deal with mind control. You just gotta reverse the spell. As Twilight tries to reverse the spell, mind control be gone. As she sends the reverse spell at Zecora, as she comes to, what happened? Zecora, you alright? Yeah, I just don't really remember what happened. I remember running into some fellow in the woods, but that is about all I remember. Well, it's good you're alright, but do you know what he was after? I did manage to overhear him talking to some people while I was under his control. Something about Discord? Discord? As then Twilight realized, we must find Discord right away. As Red Eye's like, what? If that person could hypnotize Zecora, maybe they're trying to hypnotize Discord. You're right. As they rush off to find, well, Discord. As they reach his house, he's nowhere to be seen. All that's really left is some muffin crumbs that was being eaten on the front porch. And that is the end of What If Fred Was an MLP, Part 5. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. I know these are short, but I love these short ones, this short story. Emperor's New Groove. What? Uh-oh. She's good at combat. Twilight really does have a book for everything, yes. I've never watched MLP. Hey, don't worry. This is just a fan-made story. Again, this fight's really going to be difficult because the characters. Anyway, the meeting of the... Anyone have a name for this group? We've got Fred, we got King Sombra, then we got the evil Discord under mind control. Anyone have a name?
Yeah, she messed up with ruining Rarity's face. Yeah. I enjoy this. I enjoy this funny little series I've got going right now. The Trio of Doom, okay. The SFSD. Fred, Sombra, Discord. Uh, she really said dodge, hit into water, fountain, and try to. Disconnected. Oh, Logan disconnected. Oh, it is a no. Okay, I think we're gonna go with the Trio of Doom. Uh, what do y'all think? Because this part is just gonna be a fill-in, little small part talking, as we're just gonna have Fred come back after off-screening Discord essentially. I had to add that little bit of a fourth wall break. I had to. It was just something funny. All right. Who's ready for part 6? And then we have part 7. And then we got the verse battle. Whoever said that name, I liked it. What, the Trio of Doom? Is Gargor going to show up in this one? No. In this story, no, but maybe in a future story. Because I do have like another MLP story I will be doing later down the road. I've got several stories I'm going to be doing with MLP later. But I've got the time. Alright. Starting with the next part. What if Fred was an MLP? Part 6. As we just see Fred entering the halls of Canterlot. Just wiping his hands. Ah, man. Why does Tarek had to find me on the way back here? As, well, Discord just puts his shoulders up. I don't know. Although, he surely lost that fight. I loved how you just kicked him in the head. Simply used your flute to knock him out. You also grabbed his tail and just swung him into a mountain. Hey, don't you dare underestimate my strength, Discord. I can beat you in a physical fight. Whatever. Anyway, so... Want to shake my hand? Not falling for the oldest trick in the book, Fred. Discord. Fred's your name. This is what I get for off-screen Discord. You didn't off-screen me. Sorry, off-screen Tarek. Are you two done babbling? As Fred looks over at King Sombra, I forgot I teamed up with you. Anyway, yes. We're going to need to find the princesses. Then we're going to need to deal with them. Well, we're going to have to do it quickly. I think they've caught on to our little, well, scheme. Yes, but first we're going to need a plan. No, we already have the plan set up. I say we need a name. A plan. We've got the plan set up. I've got it. The Trio of Doom. It's a perfect name for us three. Discord says, after all, we've got Fred the Destroyer, essentially. The Lord of Chaos, myself, Discord. And then we have the Lord of Shadows, King Sombra. So I guess all of us have something to do with Doom in their name. We got Chaos, we got Shadow, we got Destruction. All good? As Fred looks to the side. Very well. Now shall we move on? Yes, we need to find the princesses. As we go to Twilight, and the rest of the main 6, that are currently making their way to Canterlot. So Twilight, why are you gathering us all here? Because we need to inform the princesses immediately that someone has hypnotized Discord.
That is something to concern about. After all, do we know where he is now?
No, we don't. We must hurry. As they're on a train heading towards Canterlot, as we see Discord, admiring the dashing images and all that on the walls. You know what? Maybe this place could use something. As King Summer's like,
maybe we lure the princesses out with a good fire.
Allow me, as Fred goes up to some flammable equipment, as he lays it around. As then he just gets a match out of nowhere. Enjoy the show. As he drops it, lighting everything up, going down the halls. As Princess Luna and Celestia are currently in a meeting. As they smell fire, as Discord, Fred, and King Sombra are now hanging outside the castle to wait for, the rest to arrive.
Now we just wait for the main battle to begin. They won't know. They'll regret making an enemy of me, King Sombra.
As Fred prepares his flute. And that is the end of What If Fred Was in MLP Part 6. And now we move on to the last part. Hopefully you'll like the thumbnail for this one. This one's a quite interesting thumbnail. I would like to see more What If with Uraraka as the focus, because I don't see many, and Uraraka is my favorite character from my character up to you though. Like, I'll try, it's just a lot of my stories have been varying with other concepts right now, and I am kind of booked. Well, anyway, we're moving on to the last part of, 2 more videos, really. We got this one, then we got the verse battle, which is, if you haven't guessed, in a desert. Alright. Everyone has their opinion on characters. Who's ready for the last part of What If Fred Was in MLP? Because without further ado, let's get into the What If. What if Fred was in MLP, the last part? As we have Fred, evil transformed Discord by, Fred's magic, and King Sombra versus, really, the characters. As Luna and Celestia had gotten out of the castle, as it had basically started burning. What started that fire? I don't know, sister. As then suddenly, Celestia would get blasted by a blast from King Sombra, sending her to the ground. As Luna would come to her sister. As she's like, who did that? As King Sombra would appear. King Sombra, you dare attack us? Yes, and I'll defeat you this time. You'll fail like all the other times, as Luna sends an attack, as a shield just forms in front of him, as it apparently was a mirror, as she reflects it, hitting Luna, sending her to the ground. You really thought that was gonna work? Discord? I thought you were on our side. As then, a magic spell was heading towards Discord. As then, suddenly, a little magic wall would appear in front of Discord, covered with, the notes of a melody. Nice try. I won't let you hit Discord. Although that reversing spell won't even work on him, his is more permanent than you think. Twilight, what's going on? I'm guessing the person right next to Discord is the person that's controlling him. Discord is currently being mind controlled. Really? Yes. Now, without further ado, let us, Trio of Doom, destroy you. As Luna would go against King Sombra, as they would start blasting. as King Sombra would use several magic, as Luna would summon several sword-type blades, sending towards King Sombra. Twilight would try to fight Discord, and Celestia would go after Fred, as Fred would use his magic flute to try to, hypnotize an alicorn, as she would fall for it and become a bit disorientized. Yes, now I just gotta... As then Twilight would then just hit the flute out of Fred's hand. As Celestia would come to it, as then Fred would raise a hand as a shield would occur in front of her as a blast was coming towards him, as he would run towards his flute, as Discord would then just snap his fingers before Celestia got put into a pie. Nice try, Celestia, but I can't let you hurt the person that has given me so much more chance at evil. As he just snaps his fingers once again before electrocuting Celestia. As Fred grabs his flute, as then a spell was coming towards him, hitting him. As it happened to be from Twilight. I'm guessing you're the Princess of Friendship. That's right. Why are you doing this? Why? As he just seemingly fixed his little, hood. I'm doing this for revenge after being defeated by Starswirl the Bearded so many years ago. What? As the main six would arrive and come to help. As Discord, get rid of them. As Discord would happen to, basically use his magic. Basically making the terrain really hard for the main six. As King Sombra and Luna will be fighting. King Sombra using a weapon, using his magic, and Luna using his magic as well. As King Sombra seemingly has the upper hand. As this is when Rainbow Dash would come out of nowhere and hit King Sombra. As he would look angrily at Rainbow Dash. Fred, use your mind control and have these pesky unicorns, ponies under your control. Easier said than done. I gotta do a wide range spell. As he prepares to play the flute, as Twilight charges up a beam and asks, Celestia, we need to focus on Fred, the one mind controlling. Right, as they both charge an attack towards Fred, as Discord puts up a shield. Nice try, not so fast. As then suddenly a spell had curved around his shield as he realized it at the last second. Hitting Fred, sending him towards the wall. As then suddenly King Sombra would get hit by Luna and Rainbow Dash, sending him to the wall. As Discord seems to be the only one standing. Huh? It looks like I'm on the receiving end of things. Don't worry, I will return. As he plays his flute, as Discord comes to Fred on his shoulder and also grabs King Sombra, as they both seemingly just teleport out of there. Where'd they go? I don't know, but we need to find person known as Fred and Discord. With those guys teaming up together, we barely stood a chance. That's true, but we've at least won. Sort of. As Celestia looks over at the burning Canterlot Castle. They kinda did cause quite the mess. As we go to them, currently in a cave, as King Sombra gets mad, as he kicks a rock. Why did you get us out there? We could have easily defeated them. Listen, we may have lost this one, but we'll be back. And when we do, we'll make sure to crush them with even more power. You could have ordered Discord to even just get rid of them already. Discord power I can unleash is only to a minimum. I cannot release his full potential as the other Discord, as himself. It still has limits. Well, unfortunately, I don't like this, but we may have to resort for outside help for this. More help? I have not agreed to that. Don't worry. This help won't be willingly working for us. They'll be like servants. As King Sombra likes that. Servants, you say?
Yes, imagine them serving you at your own throne, bringing all you need. You'll be the king that you deserve. As King Somber starts to imagine it, yes. And I will even help you create such a kingdom. As Fred just smiles. As that's the end of What If Fred Was an MLP until Season 2. What do y'all thought? I left it off on a pretty big cliffhanger. Like, okay. Aim for the face with Fred. Just bring Fluttershy, she'll break him out of it. It was Fred. Glimmer Shine attack. I hate one of the characters from My Hero Academia, and that character's name is a rock. Okay. Alright, what do y'all thought of that last part, though? That was very crazy. Cliffhanger Part 3. Well, there was a cliffhanger, so I will continue the series at a later date. Probably when I'm on that month or two break after the tournament's over. But yeah. Anyway, now on to the verse battle. But before that, 10 out of 10. Thank you very much. I'm becoming a smurf at the rate I'm being blue balled. Okay, now question. Now this one's gonna be a bit difficult because I gotta account for Discord. I got to account for his hypnotic abilities. And Big Mom, I've not seen any mental blocks to defend herself against mind control, to be honest. I hear you, Logan. So this one is going to come down to, can Big Mom resist mind control? Is Big Mom strong enough to take on Discord? Because Discord is just crazy. Like, all that. Alright, let's start this round 3 off. Don't forget, hockey is willpower, and willpower helps resist mind control. I don't know if it does in this term. I know it's willpower, but we've not really seen any mind control within the One Piece universe. Or that I'm not remembering. The only mind control I know is the toys, turning into toys, but again, that's not really mind control. Has the king's will. Yeah. So it may just come up to Discord if Discord can defeat Big Mom. Anyway. Big Mom versus Fred. Now, in one hand, we have a person that is able to control and use mind control using a flute. And his powers is very particular. Hypnosis, strong strength, also durable. And can also use Discord in this fight, so keep that in mind. Then we have Big Mom from One Piece, who has Zeus, Napoleon, Prometheus, and hockey. Now, as she only has able to use that, and she has several powers. She is very durable. She was one of the 4 emperors, one of the strongest pirates within One Piece. So it's going to come down to is who's going to win. This fight takes place in the desert. As Fred is currently roaming through the desert, as Big Mom's running through. Hey, hand over your money. Ah, just another thug, I see. Discord, get rid of this nuisance. As Ne- Zeus would send electricity towards, well, Fred, as it's seemingly vaporizing the spot Fred was at, as he's no longer there, as he's just on top of like a cliff where Discord had taken him. All right, do your magic, Discord. As Big Mom would say, Prometheus, saying fire towards, well, Discord and Fred, as he would just basically pull up like a cigarette, as Prometheus' fire would just light it. I gotta say, perfectly lit. As Big Mom gets irritated, as she would throw a punch full of hockey towards Discord, as he would just stretch his body out. Ooh, nice try. As Fred would prepare his flute, as Napoleon saw this and would just rush towards Fred. As then Fred would start playing his song, or playing his flute, as Zeus, Prometheus, and Big Mom are focusing Discord. As Big Mom is trying to hit Discord, Prometheus is throwing fire, lightning. As both Prometheus and Zeus hit Discord, as he seemingly is like turned to ash, as he just reappears. I gotta say, every once in a while you gotta feel like ash, don't you? As then, oh, and did you know by your universe that you're weak to water? As Big Mom throws a punch, actually hitting Discord, sending him into a mountain. Ooh! Oh, that had to hurt. If I wasn't made of confetti. As he then just bursts like a confetti and appears behind Big Mom. As Big Mom turns around, as Napoleon comes out of nowhere, just hits her in the head. As Fred was playing his flute. As Napoleon, what are you doing? Sorry, Mama. I'm having trouble figuring out what is right and what's wrong. As apparently Fred's hypnosis is messing with Napoleon's sense of morality, vision. Having a hard time telling friend from foe. As then Discord would take the time to just seemingly use a sledgehammer and hit Big Mom. Usually the forces wouldn't work too much, but it actually sends her to a wall. Fred, we need to... Fred then tries to use playing his flute, which Zeus sends several electricity towards Fred, which shocks him, but seemingly does nothing to Fred, as he keeps playing his flute, causing Napoleon to just, well, freak out, trying to even attack Big Mom, as she would grab Napoleon before throwing him into a rock, getting him stuck, as Big Mom would rush towards Fred, as Discord would seemingly make a giant mirror, as Big Mom would hit it, as it would shatter as Fred was gone. As Fred is standing on the other side, behind Big Mom playing his flute, Prometheus tries to light, well, Fred on fire, but instead is hitting Big Mom, as then, sorry, Mama, as then, what was that for, Prometheus? As then Discord would come out of nowhere, grab Prometheus, and just throw him at Napoleon. As Big Mom is wondering, is he somehow manipulating the senses of my soul? As Fred's just smiling as he's playing his flute. As Big Mom rushes towards Fred, as she would hit down as she would accidentally hit Zeus instead. Mama, what was that for? As she looks around, trying to find Fred. As Fred's currently on the top of the mountain with Discord. So what are you doing? I can't mind control her. Her will is too strong. But I can mess with the senses, making it seem like she sees me, but is actually seeing her allies as me. Although it's not as effective as mind control, it should at least give us an advantage in this fight. Mm-hmm. Well, I did take a little bit of a fact check. So I went over to the universe to see what, while they're talking about Discord going to the other universe to figure out Big Mom's weakness, Big Mom is trying to find Fred, and there's been a little bit of mix-ups because
Fred is trying to keeping enough musical melody to keep her hockey from noticing that the illusions that she's under are, well, illusions. But fortunately, Fred has just run out of stamina to keep those illusions up as she shakes it off and sees Fred at the top of the mountain. Okay, where's Discord where I need him? As Zeus, Prometheus would send lightning and fire at the top of the rock, as Fred would slide down the other side, just seemingly sliding down, as he would grab a branch with his tail and then just fling him into a cave. As Big Mom would get up there, where are you hiding? As Discord would just walk out like he had just come back from vacation. Oh yeah, the Bahamas were definitely nice this time of year. Discord, the information on how to beat Big Mom. Oh yeah, just throwing her some water. What? Just throw her in the sea. Simple. As Big Mom found you, as then Prometheus would send fire through the cave. As Discord would then just simply put a mirror up that would send the fire right back. Yeah, not happening. As then Discord would say, get on my back, Fred. As Fred would get on Discord's back, playing his flute. As Fred would basically just come out with Discord, and Discord would hit her stomach, sending her falling down the mountain. As she hits the ground, as Discord snaps his, well, fingers, as she simply falls into the water. She simply fall into the water as both Napoleon, Zeus, and Prometheus can't do anything as Big Mom just fell into the water. As Fred and, Discord look above. As Fred is seemingly exhausted after having to play his flute for like seemingly over an hour. Looks like she's gone. Winner, Fred. What was really the game changer here was definitely the fact that he had Discord. Without Discord, guarantee this fight would have ended differently. But with his power to control Discord, which is what gave him the edge, Discord can break the fourth wall and can go to other shows. So Fred just had to keep Big Mom under at least some sort of illusion or hypnosis for at least a certain amount of time to let Discord get the information he needed to find a way to beat Big Mom. During the time frame, Fred did get really exhausted and used most of his capabilities of magic during this fight, which came down to a close draw. Close to being a draw. Not really, but still. If Big Mom had held on a bit more and kept Discord from leaving, I could definitely see that Big Mom would have won this fight. But with Fred using all of his magic just to basically use her will against her, took a massive amount of magic that Fred had to produce. Now, if Discord was even a moment late, Fred's magic reserves would have hit pretty much zero, and Big Mom would have been able to finish the job and won that battle. But Discord being Discord, randomly showing up at random times, happened to have shown up back at the right time for once, and actually be useful, leading to the victory in this fight. This was a surprising victory, but Fred has won round 1. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. Anyway, what do y'all think of that? Like, what was It's weird that we never seen true mind control in One Piece. That's true. That feels like some of the celestial dragons would use, yes. Can you add my character into What If Deku was King Titan because I want to have my... to be in your wife? Sure, I guess. Okay, I don't know if it's the Lake of Sleep but feels like Ash. That was funny to me. Anyway, how have you enjoyed this live stream so far? Well, this is pretty much the end of it, but how have you enjoyed this live stream? Because I appreciate all y'all's support. I enjoyed y'all's comments. And hey, I gotta say, I enjoy reading y'all's comments. Y'all have amazing ideas. Some I would love to do, some I can't do. It was a close match. This was probably one of the closer matches. The Shingon Wu one kind of went in the Shingon Wu favor the entire time, though. I am a little confused, but good fight. Like, I understand if you've never watched MLP, Discord has the ability to shape reality. So, and also to go into other shows, because he can break the fourth wall. So, thank y'all for coming out. Thank you for watching, not coming out. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure to leave a like on the video. The video and the live stream, by the way. I will be back to do another round 4, next week. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe. Green Kenobi's out.